Morning, folks. How are we doing? Feels like forever. Feels like forever since I've done a live stream. How are y'all doing, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Hello to everyone who came in early. Dylan, Mama Obscura, Prof Veritas, Mick Mac, Arif. Of course, you're here. Thanks for calling me Daddy. Lisa, Sad Dog. Funky Gamer, Heat, AVR, R August. I can't even speak. It's been so long. I'm just out of practice, guys. I haven't streamed in weeks and weeks and weeks. Hello, random comment. McMac, how are y'all been doing, guys? How are y'all been doing? So yes, if anyone didn't know, and hello, bend over again. If anyone didn't know, I was just live not too long ago on my alternative channel, doing a 500 subscriber special for my wee Amberlyn channel, where I talk about fun girl world stuff called Girl World Ireland. Because, of course, it is a double feature tonight, because, of course, happy early birthday, Arif. I hope you have a fantastic one. Have a glass of whiskey on me. I hope you have a good time, my dude. Will you watch the under 800k special? God, actually, yeah, I forgot about that. I should watch that. See, my biggest problem is I try to avoid politics. As much as possible, because politics is very divisive. I also don't really care too much about politics, so I generally try and avoid all that malarkey. But Jesus Christ, it's just I don't know. I think I already know where they are going to go with the under 800,000 special, because I'm sure it's going to be exactly the same as under 900,000 special. Have I been paying attention to Ethan Ralph stuff? On and off. I've heard bits and pieces. The last thing I really heard was about all the infighting with May's dad and May leaving him at the airport, but then May showing up again, all that malarkey. Have I been keeping up with Boogie's only member videos? I haven't actually seen any of his videos for his shut up for his members only stuff. I haven't checked out any of that stuff because I'm not gonna pay him to view some pissy videos, to put it very bluntly. Can we watch the YouTuber who lost all video? That is the intention. We're going to watch one, at least this one. I intend to watch a couple more, though. The under 800,000 special is Jim Sterling. They were close to hitting 1 million subscribers like a year and a half ago. And then people just got sick of them, to put it very bluntly. People got sick of all their politics, every story. They barely talked about video games or gaming anymore. It was all about all the bad stuff evil capitalist video games companies are doing and everything like that. And at a similar time, it was a couple of months after they started losing lots of subscribers, they came out as trans, and then they pretty much blamed all of their loss of fans and support on being trans, as opposed to them just being a really kind of an obnoxious person. So yeah, why unsubbed? I haven't been able to pay attention to Jim in a very, very long time, because their stuff just isn't fun. It's not interesting anymore. It is just listening to them complain over and over and over again that video games are evil, that gamers are basically all evil, that capitalism's evil, cutting away to like random wrestling skits and all that no one cared about, and just their editing going downhill and not being as fun, not being as interesting or insightful. It's like when you see like Boogie, if you go back and watch Boogie's old stuff, like his Big Stack podcast, that's what it was called, where him and a couple of friends did a podcast talking about gaming stuff, or even look at his old like Retropalooza stuff compared to his new Retropalooza stuff. His old Retropalooza stuff, he seems enthusiastic. He knows a lot about video gaming. There's a lot of humble bragging. Like, I was talking to the head of the Xbox the other day. Me and him, we just chat every once in a while, and he was telling me this. And there's a lot of humble bragging, but it's like, fine, whatever. Who cares? That stuff doesn't bother me whatsoever. But a humble bragging, whatever. Who cares? But it's just like I just. Nowadays, he just doesn't care about video games anymore. But every once in a while, he tries to dip back into being like a video game commenter, which was his bread and butter. But he doesn't really seem to play video games anymore. Marathon, are you talking about the Jim Sterling person I'm talking about, who's their video games critic? Or if you're talking about Boogie is one of the OG original YouTubers. There's someone I talk about quite a lot in this. Yeah, Jim, right? Yeah, that guy's weird. Yeah, Jim Sterling. It just, I don't know. They're just an odd duck, and I think that they don't want to really accept that they have fallen out of favor just because of being kind of just an obnoxious person. And instead they just want to blame that everyone in the world, especially video gamers, are all transphobic and pretty much want to kill them, which is just like really cringe, especially because I think on Patreon they were still making like over $10,000 per month, maybe more than that. I can't remember the figures. I barely care about Jim anymore. I think everyone was just waiting for the under 800,000 special when their sub count dropped under 800,000 from when it was nearly at 1 million, which people find funny because they are just doing so badly, and they keep making these specials as if they're trying to like make it into a joke, like Boogie keeps doing, like, haha, I'm gonna get cancelled again for this. But it's even more pathetic because whilst they're trying to play it off as a joke, they then just rant about it, and they seem genuinely angry about it. So it doesn't really work as being like as a funny, jokey thing. What happened to Halo Canon just sits on Twitter complaining. Yes. Halo Canon. When I read it, I thought Canon, like story Canon. I don't know who Halo Canon is. Sorry. If to do with Halo, that's probably why I haven't followed Halo in a very long time. I was really big into Halo when it first came out. I read the books and stuff like that, but nowadays Halo doesn't really do much for me anymore. I haven't played even the last 2 games, I think. Jim doesn't like Hogwarts Legacy. Who would have guessed? I know, I was generally surprised about that as well, that they are on the bandwagon of going crazy about a video game where he plays a wizard. God, because there's a whole bunch of drama, and I was thinking about covering it, but then I was just like, I don't care, because it's a mixture of like trans drama, which generally doesn't interest me anyway, and VTubing drama, which is generally all cringe. But a couple of VTubers have been like relentlessly attacked for playing Hogwarts Legacy, and you see people complaining about like, oh my god, Mio played Hogwarts Legacy, and it's just like, dude, she's Japanese. She's like 40. She has no idea what you're talking about when you're talking about the trans struggle in the Western world and J.K. Rowling being a TERF. She has no idea even 90% of the words that were just used there, because she doesn't speak any English. So it just seems weird people getting upset that Mio was playing Hogwarts. But then people went after Pikami, who's like beloved in the community, and I got a lot of backlash for the anti-Hogwarts Legacy crowd because they look like absolute dicks going after Pikami, who is just generally a lovely person, because she dared play it. She didn't even play it. She wanted to play it, and she got so much shit. She cancelled her stream, and it was maybe her comeback stream from being off for a while, and she cancelled her stream, so it didn't work out well for them. They didn't look very good. And then V Shoujo, one of their big stars, Silverveil, I think her name was, she got doxxed and like badly harassed for playing it, and people came out like they were like abusive boyfriends, being like, you asked for this, you have no one to blame, we told you all you needed to do was not play the wizard game, and you played it, you made us do this to you. And it's like, Jesus Christ. I'm getting off track. Welcome to the stream, my dude. That's what 90% of my streams are getting off track. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. I think Boogie came out with his intention to play it, and then of course he got a bunch of shit for it, and he did as usual. It's like, people are acting like I'm right wing. How can I be right wing when I love gay people? And it's like, okay. I love you try to like take the ridiculous moral grandstanding and turn it even to more ridiculous moral grandstanding. It's like an amazing skill that Boogie has, but god damn it, he tried his hardest. It didn't really work out too well for him, but whatever. So there's incels who get mad at their favorite creators in a relationship that isn't with them. Yeah, 100%. That's yeah, yeah. It's nothing like, that's why VTuber drama is so lame, because a lot of it is like, I heard that she has a boyfriend now, the whore, and it's like, bro, she's like a woman. Of course, she's in a relationship. She's like really rich from being a VTuber, and she's like charismatic enough to be like a professional full-time streamer. Bro, of course, she has a boyfriend. Him asking for permission to play Hogwarts was cringe. Yeah, it kind of was. Oh god, I actually haven't even seen the newest one, because I saw Emily Saxton in the cover of it, and I was like, this is just. We'll whet our appetite. We'll watch this. Since we're talking about Hogwarts Legacy, I am a cis white. Shut up! I don't care, Boogie. If you're going to say white, I'm going to remind you keep claiming to be Native American, so stop it. Yeah, with our appetite, since we're talking about this anyway, let's quickly go. Well, let's quickly watch this, and then we'll go from there. We'll get into the YouTuber who lost it all.
I am a cis white male, and a lot of cis white males have had a lot of things to say about Hogwarts Legacy. But instead of me putting more of that out into the world, I thought we would talk to my trans
All right, Brie Larson, calm your tits.
friend Emily and see what she has to say. Currently on the phone is my closest trans friend.
What are we seriously doing this thing again where he like awkwardly phones someone and gets him to like just confirm whatever he says? It's really cringy when he does it, because he did it with his brother, he did it with his fucking ex-wife and all. It's like, bro, just maybe don't do that.
Swift, you may know her as Emily. I'm basically calling for permission to play Hogwarts Legacy. So Emily, what do you think?
You don't need my permission to play a freaking video game. You're an adult.
If I buy you this game for $60, what harm am I doing?
J.K. Rowling is known to be very hateful towards trans people. Some might.
What is this? What is this nightmare fuel we're being fed here? This is kind of bizarre. Why do you have the in-picture shot if you're also having this? Is this Swift? Because it looks kind of terrifying and somewhat odd. Somewhat odd.
Say transphobic. And, you know, it's a game based off of her creation, technically, Hogwarts and Harry Potter. But she had nothing to do with the game. And me personally, is like, you know, they even put a trans character in the video game for trans people and to, like, help, I guess, open...
What is this? what is this bizarre shit going on? Also, I'm not one to you all know me. I don't really criticize people. I'm actually like a really lovely, soft person. Could you maybe sit in the chair like a normal person would? Like that's you look really uncomfortable sitting in a chair. Like it looks like it's the first time you've ever sat and someone hasn't probably taught you how to sit in a chair.
More eyes to like, hey, it's okay to be accepting the trans people, which probably pissed J.K. Rowling off from them doing that.
Okay.
So you personally don't believe there's any harm in me buying and playing this game?
What was it? The sudden drop in audio quality there?
Like, if I could buy it, I personally would buy it. Just play a video game.
If I could buy it, I would personally. Why can you not buy it? Can you not buy it? Is your debit card blocked or something like that? Did you lose your card? What? What a weird state. If I could buy it, I would buy it. It's like, can you not? I think it's readily available. It's on Steam.
Fun. Like the whole point of video games is supposed to escape from real life bullshit and just enjoy the creation of something. Like, there's this saying of...
Doesn't, like... See, this kind of goes against Boogie's general opinion, though, because Big Boogie really liked, like, She-Hulk, and he really liked the politics in She-Hulk. And he really enjoyed the scene in She-Hulk, where She-Hulk said, I can control my anger better than any man, because... Why closed captions aren't on? It's like... She-Hulk explained that she can control the Hulk better than Bruce can, because she's gone through so much more in her life, while, you know, Bruce having, like, you know, tried to commit suicide, save the world, lost his girlfriend, best friend, whatever. But, like, Boogie really liked that scene, and now we have this bit where it's like, video games and all are escape from reality, so who cares?
Separate the art from the artist. And while J.K. Rowling might be one of the biggest piece of shit in the world,
okay,
the game technically isn't her art. It was made by a whole different studio, and she had little to no say.
A whole different studio? J.K. Rowling doesn't have a studio, so that doesn't make sense.
Input into it. And me personally, I want people just to have fun and play video games, because that's the purpose of video games, is just to play them and have fun.
It's weird that Boogie's jumped so hard onto this issue, because it seems weird and seems to go against his very lefty fan base, and this won't please his lefty fan base. They will. Did you generate the AI to Boogie? No, Boogie, for his own... I'll show it in a second here after this video's done. But Boogie did get his own, like, AI art of him being as handsome as possible to use as his thumbnail, because he's trying to rip off, like, a Sunny V2 video, which is entirely his intention. I just put it through a fat filter, because he obviously had, like, a thin, nice-looking one. So I just did his trick and just put it through a fat filter.
Let's say I buy this game for $70, $60.
Okay.
And she's going to get some royalties from it. Let's imagine she gets as much as $1, which would be unheard of But she's not going to get as much as $1. But let's
How would that be unheard of that she would get a dollar for her intellectual property? How would that be unheard of?
imagine she's going to get $1 and put that on the piles of hundreds of millions of dollars she already has. And I feel guilty about that. What can I do to make up for that dollar I gave Rowling? Is there a charity or an organization?
This is genuinely, like, I said before in one of my videos, I don't like to call something pathetic. I think pathetic is like, just, you know, like Christian had a really weird thing about the word naive, and it's the worst thing you can call someone. For me, calling someone pathetic is like the biggest insult I can give you. You are like pathetic. You know, like, you're pathetic, you're pitiable, that kind of thing. This video is pathetic. It's like, who is this for? Because for the diehards, they do not give a shit that one trans person who you are friends with said, "Ah, yeah, sure, why not? Go ahead, I don't care." You know, like, it's like if a black guy said, "Do you know what, bro? You have the N-word pass," and then you just run around screaming the N-word over and over again. I'm pretty sure other people wouldn't be like, "Well, you know, a black guy said he could do it, so, well, I guess we can't say anything about it now." So I don't know who he thinks this is for, because for the haters, he looks pathetic, and for the people who actually care about this and are really strongly opposed to it, they really do not give a fuck what Emily says.
And you would recommend I go give $10 to do 10 times the
Unread, look, you're talking to me here. I have a potato PC, like, genuinely, not a pun on me being Irish. I have a potato PC. It is terrible. It is so fucking bad that I've recently started playing Fortnite, and it is chugging with Fortnite. It is genuinely. I was thinking about kicking up my Twitch channel and just doing some Twitch streams where I do gameplay stuff. And it is so bad that I really don't think I could even stream Fortnite. So I understand a potato PC.
good for the tiny amount of...
Is this call being done to avoid backlash? That is Boogie's intention here. Boogie thinks that if they get their trans friend on to parade around, say, "Wow, guys, look, I have a trans friend. I can't be transphobic." That's his head. He just thinks that's how this works. And it's like, bro, he's the type of guy who would insult like a Republican for saying, "Hey, I have lots of black friends." And he is very, very much just doing that to get away with being allowed to play a video game.
damage I might have done.
I mean, there is the Trevor Project, which is a really good organization for transgender people.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be one that I'd recommend for that. But like I said, you know, people should just have fun, play video games. If J.K. Rowling makes $1, it's like, for example, Chick-fil-A. People, you know, don't like the owner of Chick-fil-A, but I know plenty of LGBTQ plus people who still go eat Chick-fil-A.
Amberlyn Reed loves Chick-fil-A. Just a shout out to my previous thing. Get a GeForce Now subscription. My friend swears by it. I don't know what that is. It sounds dodgy. It sounds like cryptocurrency to me. It's all night all about. Yeah, well, yeah. See, it's because I know like majority of my viewer base are American. So I generally try and stream late at night just to be nice to them. But I am a night owl. Tonight I am pretty damn tired. But I was like, oh, I need to do the stream. I was tempted to cancel because I'm so tired, but no, I want to get it done, get the stream in. We'll all have fun, and then I don't know, I might stick on an anime or something like that and chill.
It's good food, you know.
Right.
So.
Hi, JC. Don't worry. I know you're one of us. I know you're one of us. I know you're one of the Irish ones.
If you feel like supporting a charity, the Trevor Project, definitely. But you know,
Boogie doesn't even support the GoFundMe's he tweets out. I really doubt he's going to be rushing out here. He's going to be rushing out here to be like, yes, I'm going to donate money to the Trevor Project to make up for me buying Hogwarts Legacy that he hasn't even played. I don't know, if Boogie had any fucking balls, he would have streamed it on Twitch. If he had any balls, he would have streamed it on Twitch. What anime? I'm thinking I might actually finally do Spy Family, because I haven't watched Spy Family yet, and since I like Buddy Daddy so much, I might watch Spy Family. Or Licorice Recoil, is that the one it's called? The girls who are like assassins? That one looks fun.
no, if you want to just play a video game and have fun and escape the...
Nichijo's good fun, but God, I wouldn't watch it to relax at night. That thing's a fever dream. It's great crack, but it's a mile a minute.
Like world bullshit we always have to deal with. Just play a video game that's
Ooh, Bocchi the Rock could be a good one. I haven't watched Bocchi the Rock yet, but it looks a lot of fun.
going to make you happy as an individual.
there you have it. It's a video game. Play it if you want to, and if you feel like you feel guilty for giving a potential nickel to J.K. Rowling, give $1 to the Trevor Project, and enjoy.
Stop making fun of me, guys! Stop it! Stop calling me a turf! God, but this is who was this for? Who was this actually for? That's just kind of lame and cringe. Does Boogie even stream games on Twitch or just pity party? It's pretty much all pity party, just chatting stuff. He did stream Marvel Snap like 2 months ago. He streamed it for a couple hours, and he was just like, I don't think he was enjoying it, or he was worried no one cared, or the donations weren't very good, because he did just sit there the whole time going like, so guys, what do you think? Do you like this? So what do you think, guys? Are you having fun? What do you think? He seemed actually self-conscious, which is odd for Boogie, since Boogie's like narcissism generally like means he is like constantly thinking he's doing the best thing ever. Weirdly, when he was doing Marvel Snap, he actually seemed self-conscious about it. You forgot he had a Twitch. So is he. He hasn't streamed on Twitch. I wonder if he's actually done it now just to prove me wrong. But he hadn't streamed on Twitch since the God, what was it? The Mike Klum one. Oh God, he did it yesterday. Of course, he did a fucking one yesterday, because before that it had been 18 days since his last stream, and of course he did one fucking yesterday just to prove me wrong. What happened to the documentary Boogie was making? Is it still happening? I don't think he's posted any updates on it. So the thing with Boogie right now is Boogie is acting like he has nothing to do with this documentary, even though the Klum guy is a PR guy. So more than likely he was hired by Boogie to make this. Boogie's still acting it's like, oh, this guy, he might be making a hit piece on me, guys. Who knows? I'm so worried about this, guys. I'm so worried he could be trying to make me look bad. Even though more than likely he paid for it. So he's acting like he doesn't know anything about it. But I'm sure it will pop up at some point. I'm sure it'll pop up eventually at some point. So, there's two I'm curious to watch, okay? The first one is Boogie298 Takes a Trip. Is Ego Death one. I've heard a lot of people talking about this one, but I haven't actually watched it yet. So I was kind of curious about that. Problem is, I've never taken shrooms or anything like that, so I am not probably the best person to discuss its authenticity. I've seen a lot of people say what he's describing isn't even close to what it's like, so I don't know. Maybe someone better who's actually had shrooms should make that video. I have no idea. Obviously, the other one is Boogie298, the YouTuber who lost it all. So those are the two. So yeah. So I'll let you guys decide in chat. So one is Boogie Takes a Trip. Two is YouTuber who lost it all. So go ahead, stick it all in. Let me know what you guys want to watch. We might watch both anyway, but let me know. So one is Ego Death. Two is YouTuber who lost it all. So I'll let you guys pick. I'm gonna quickly have a drink here. 1 second. Well, two seems to be winning quite readily, so I guess we're just gonna have to go for two here. So yeah, okay, we'll go into it. It's almost over, guys. Someone on Kiwi Farms did a compilation of all of his video thumbnails that say it's almost over, and there's like 8 of them. There's 8 of them in like the last 2 or 3 years or something like that, where it is all just like, it's almost over. It's finally over. It's over. Because I don't know, that's just Boogie's bit. I'm not sure if it's a deliberate attempt, like a suicide baiting or something like that, or if it is just his only way to try and be dramatic. So I guess we'll watch this one then first. So look at that pretty man. Look at that pretty man. Look at that flawless skin with that weird ridge on his forehead, like he's a Klingon or something like that, with his weird indented eyes, because AI art really can't do eyes 100% right still. It's the best his beard has ever looked. Like, maybe he should, like, take this picture of himself to his hairdresser and be like, can you just do this? Can you just do this for me, please? Ironically, he promotes his channel by saying it's dead. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cringe. It's kind of pathetic. Like I said, going hard on the pathetic thing again, but it's just so lame that it took him 3 months to copy Sunny V2, and he then made a video about himself. It's like, no one should ever make a documentary about themselves, because, like, they're an unreliable narrator, you know? So I'm assuming this is going to be a big pity party. He looks like Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising. He kind of does look like Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising. Senator Armstrong, Metal Gear. Let's see if I can get a picture of him up. He kind of does. He kind of does. Just with the beard. Rules of nature, everyone. Holy shit. So yeah, we're just gonna go straight into this and just see what happened to our poor boy.
I've been on YouTube for 17 years, and my career has definitely seen better days. And
He even has a soundtrack in the background. Damn, son.
every time I post a tweet,
This was cringe. See this bit where it's everyone replying, like insulting him and stuff like that, where he's doing a scroll. He specifically asked people on Twitter to do this. He said, can you guys respond to this tweet with varieties of "you fell off," "you suck," all that kind of stuff, so he could use it in a video. So with people saying like "touch grass," "you fell off,"
people are there to remind me.
I'm going to reply since no one else replies anymore. # washed. I don't even know what that means. L plus
that
ratio.
definitely fell off.
All that shit. So this is Boogie specifically asking his fan base to respond to him so he could use it. Instead of just going, because, you know, obviously Boogie deletes all negative comments anyway. So instead of just going and like seeking out some negative comments to show us like on a splash page or something like that, it's him just like actively asking people, hey, can you do this? Because I'm too lazy to actually look it up myself. Are all his fans middle-aged? I would say majority of his fans are probably middle-aged. Probably people who probably grew up with him, watched him when they were younger. I don't think there's going to be many people. I don't think there's many like 14-year-olds who watch Boogie nowadays, because what is there to really watch with Boogie? Hey, little Bubs, how are you?
And I would like to talk to you today a little bit about how I got here, what happened, and how I feel about it. Because
This sounds like the opening of like an 80s sitcom or something like that. It's like, this is the wacky story of how I became the YouTuber who fell off. And then like a weird wee sting plays.
I think it's interesting, and I think people deserve to know.
Okay. Ian has a record scratch.
My first video was just goofy and dumb, and it was me just acting weird and being fat.
What is it that?
Not too different from the shorts I uploaded.
Then why did you delete it? I'm curious, but Chromatica Photography, thank you very much for the £3 super chat, my dude. Really, really appreciate it. Why did he? I'm curious if he's like willing to show it and acknowledges his first video. Why did he delete it? It just seems kind of weird. Because this is the promiscuous girl one where it's just him dancing whilst the song plays. I mean, maybe he did it because of copyright or something like that.
These days, but this was 16 years ago, and of course, I mean, nobody watched the first 3 videos, even though I was one of the only people on the platform back then.
Yep.
And I'd always been a big fan of sketch comedy, and I was working at this game store, so we had a lot of free time and a lot of customers coming in, so we would film.
I like that he acknowledges now that he's worked at that game store, as opposed to he's like, oh, I volunteered, oh, I they're my friends, so I hung out there, you know, because he also claims that he didn't work there because he was on disability at the time, and he also at different points had said that he was being paid under the counter in like vouchers and stuff like that, so he wasn't actually officially being paid there, because that would have affected his disability payment. You know, this is the guy who also then told people how he commits like tax fraud by not declaring his sales of his card, but also buying them wholesale so he doesn't have to pay tax on them and stuff like that from the store as a partner.
These sketch videos, and I don't know, that's kind of something I'd always wanted to do. Huge fan of Saturday Night Live, Second City, stuff like that. I wanted to do this kind of.
I mean, have any of you guys ever went back and watched the what is it, Gallery of Champions or whatever the hell the store was called? Have any of you guys ever gone back and watched those? Because like a lot of them are like peak mid 2000s cringe, like really cringe humor, and it's like they're so not funny. They're really uncomfortable to watch at times because you're just like, Christ, you guys are so, like, I watch them at 2 times speed just to get through them as fast as I can, because I'm just like, bro, I hate everyone involved in this, especially because some of the jokes are kind of like would be considered kind of racy for nowadays, especially with Boogie's like attempt at a clean cut image.
And I kept playing around with that formula.
Is he doing the draw my life bit all over again? I haven't seen this, so I don't know how pity me, oh I'm so sad he gets in this.
And And eventually I got it right with the Francis character and got my very first viral, and it pushed me over, wow, huge numbers, like 500,000 views and 10,000 subscribers. I mean, those numbers were unheard of back in the day, but
they weren't unheard of. Boogie has this weird idea that he was like the viral video. Like, he was the viral video that existed. Like, nothing existed before Francis in terms of viral videos. And it's like, oh, the 500,000 views was unheard of. It's like, not really. Like, you know, like Chocolate Rain and all, and like the cat thing and all. We need Irish Francis. I did Irish Francis once. I did Irish Francis once, and I still haven't forgiven myself for it. But I even love the whole, like, oh, back then it's unheard of, 500,000 views. And it's like, well, it's kind of unheard of for you now, Boogie, isn't it?
I managed to pull it off, and for some reason...
Oh, Fred. I remember Fred. God. I mainly because I never watched him on YouTube. I saw his movie with John Cena. Yeah, I think I did see Mr. Snowflake had already done a reaction to this, but I haven't watched it yet because I kind of wanted to go into this in with a clear mind, so I don't really guess too much about what's going to happen. You know anything about him, you would walk away thinking because of transform mind, he'd grow from his mistakes and improve his life. I'm sure that's how he's going to paint the picture. So I haven't seen this, so I don't know how pity party it's going to get. But I don't know. I assume this is gonna. This is why I say you should never do a documentary on yourself, because like you're an unreliable narrator, you know. And Boogie has never been one who's ever been able to live up to his mistakes or say about all of his issues. Like, so I'm not gonna be like really confident that he's gonna come out of this and be like, guys, you know what? I actually am a pretty shitty person sometimes.
Watching as I continue to experiment with that. I took those subs and those subscribers and that energy, and I started making more sketches with my friends.
Okay.
And I started making sketches with...
But it's my favorite sketch of his with his friends, where he the original video was like 5 minutes long, and then he re-uploaded an edited version of it, which just cut his friends out of it. Because his friends did a wee comedy bit and all before this, leading up to this, and he cut that entire bit out, and the video starts with him coming out, so all of his friends' bit has been cut out of it.
My wife, who was an integral part of all of the Francis team. I mean, she helped...
We've already mentioned the
write,
wife.
Clean up and act in the sketches, and I rode that momentum for, good Lord, nearly a decade. Back in 2018, I got divorced, and me and my ex-wife separated as a comedy team, and as well as my husband and wife. And
as a comedy team? Jesus Christ. I think you're putting a wee bit too much gravitas into the... I make goofy videos online where I play, like, in his own words, a highly autistic kid screaming about video games.
We made our very, very last video together called Francis Gets Abandoned by His Sister. We wrote this, produced it.
We made our last video together, but like, she doesn't... If she worked on it with you, why wouldn't she be in it? Me and my dog are a comedy team. We are, but she's the funny one, unfortunately. Where is she? She's not even in the room right now. It's too late at night for her. She's all tucked away, having a good sleep. If she worked on this, I would assume she would actually be in the video. It wouldn't be him shouting at a voice down a phone and there's no response.
Together, it was our very last thing. And genuinely, I thought I could not do the Francis sketch anymore because she was such a huge part of it.
Okay.
And I tried to pivot, tried to find something else to do on the channel. And you know...
Wait, so this is another rewriting of history then? So you pivoted to do non-Francis related content because of her now? Previously you've claimed it's because all of the videos got demonetized, and your representative of YouTube specifically told you to stop making Francis. That was your claim. So now we're just on like, oh yeah, stop doing it because me and my wife, we worked so well together, I just couldn't do Francis anymore. And how come your next Francis video was like you like beating up an effigy of your wife?
Pivot, I did. I mean, I'd always been making these personal videos since way back in...
I have seen like most of his early videos, like up to like 2013. At this point, I've seen pretty much all of his videos. I don't remember this one.
In 2009, talking about life and the universe and eating in front of the camera and just sitting down and bullshitting with you, kind of the way I am now. And people didn't watch him as much as they did.
El Predator. I've seen a couple of El Predator's videos on Boogie. I know it's not really my style of video from what I remember of them, because it is just like kind of just like overtly aggressive, which I like to think I don't come across as. I like to think I come across as generally quite like a chill, harmless leprechaun during these, where I'm a bit snarky and a bit jokey. But I think El Presidor's like angry troll shtick just doesn't really stick with me.
Comedy sketches, but they did seem to enjoy them, and I kept making these types of videos, and people kept watching, and I was pretty grateful.
Okay.
The problem was I'm a really sensitive guy. And
Yes, that is accurate.
I've definitely shown that to you over the years.
Yes, you have when you got upset that I existed and you called me a QAnon MAGA Trump supporter who hates gay people and black people. Yeah, I can tell you're quite sensible. Sorry, sensitive, not sensible. Sensible is kind of the opposite. Sensitive when you decided to say that.
My marriage was wonderful, and I was very glad to be married, but it eventually fell apart, and we fell out of love.
Okay.
And we went our separate directions, and I did not handle that well at all.
Okay, let's go.
Add to the fact that I got gastric bypass surgery, and I was losing weight, and I was not...
What? This is... It's weird that we're all, like, because I know I'm a meanderer, I'm going to say, but we're not even 3 minutes into this near 15-minute video, and all I can say is we're meandered. Like, it is so slow-paced, there is so little energy. I'm going to have to speed it up, because I'm suffering here, guys, because it's just like, what is there to say about this so far? Is like, oh yeah, I made some videos, and I got married to a girl, and then we got divorced. So I made some other videos instead. It's like, okay, is this it? His cringy lightsaber wedding? Yeah, it was a bit... It felt like it was, like, 10 years too late. You know, like I said, this feels like cringe middle, like 2006 comedy, but it was done like 2012.
Not able to turn to my favorite thing in the world, other than my wife, which was food. And it was a pretty dark time for me.
Okay.
I became more mentally ill than I had ever successfully been.
Did this guy seriously pick to represent him being more mentally ill than he's ever been before by showing him in a clown mask, like an evil clown mask? Is this... Are we meant to take this seriously? Are we meant to take this this video actually seriously? Because like this is just... That's dumb. His idea is like, I'm going to show that I've gone crazy, guys. Well, here's a picture of me wearing a crazy clown mask.
Throughout the years of my life, and that's really saying something. I became just a complete and utter insufferable asshole, and you could definitely see that on my live streams. You could definitely see that on my YouTube channel, and people were picking up on it, and they were sharing it and spreading it. They were putting it out every chance they got. Every time I made a mistake, every time I made an off-color joke, every time I got upset, every time I got sad on live stream, any of this stuff. Every time I did any of that stuff, it spread like wildfire because, you know, I was still fairly notable as a creator.
I love when he's saying, people kept showing anytime he made a mistake, and it was like him dropping a bit of rubbish or him accidentally knocking the camera over. He's like, oh, they were sharing around all my mistakes, guys. You know, they were just they were taking glee and like taking me down and sharing all of my lowest points. And it's like him pulling a silly face, him dropping something, and it's like, how about when you told everyone who dislikes you that they're worse than rapists and Nazis, and that at least rapists and Nazis believe in stuff? How about that? Is he gonna admit to like any of his actual faults in this and any of his like quote unquote off-color jokes? You know, as opposed to it's like, bro, you legit were like really fucking dumb during this period, and it's dumb that you just can't say that. You know, it's dumb that you just can't come out and say, I said this and it was really dumb, because you don't want your fans to know it. Play the dog clip, please. I have no idea. Honest to God, I have no idea where it is. I have... Actually, do I? Actually, I might actually know where it is. Because I reorganized my my folders recently. I reorganized... Haha, I found it, yes. I reorganized my folders recently.
And the third guy says,
there you
guys?
Go. Oh. There you go. I reorganized my folders, so there you go. I remembered where it was now. Oh, Christ. Like I said, I've always said it. Boogie, in my opinion, is too far. Make that a GIF. I really do need to make that a GIF at some point. It's one of those things where it's like, if Boogie is too far gone, in my opinion, before for people to forgive him. I don't think Boogie can ever rebuild. I don't think you know, he could ever get to even close to the heights that he was before. Because, as someone on Kiwi Farm said, Boogie's entire bit was that he was like a relatable guy because he was kind of fat, he was kind of a loser. People like hoped for him. They were hoping he was going to lose the weight. They were like, "Yay! Look at this fat loser guy. He got a girlfriend. Yay! Life is actually good." He came across as honest. And he came across as genuine. So people could look past his general lack of talent. Because like when he says like, "I find success as Francis," it's like, no, you find infamy as Francis. People didn't like Francis at the start. People didn't like you. You were spread around as a meme. Like people laughing at him, people mocking him, people joking him and stuff like that. All that malarkey, you know? But when that gets peeled away, when people see that he's not a genuine guy, when he's not a nice person, when he messed up his marriage, when he lost the weight but put it back on again, when all that starts to happen, the people who supported him are then like, who cares about this anymore? And he's not funny enough to keep you around. He's not interesting enough to keep you around. It's why his view count has died. It's why a lot of people know of Boogie, but no one watches him. They know about him because of the legacy of Boogie. No one cares about him nowadays. Like, it's why certain videos of his only got like 13,000 views from a 4 million account. People just don't care about him, you know? So whilst I don't think he could ever recover like that, he might be able to build a bit of a bridge and like curtail the hate if he came out and said, "Look, I said this. It was really dumb of me to say that. I said it because it was a joke. Yeah, I get that it looks bad, and I do understand. I really shouldn't have said it. I came across an idiot." And actually say what he said. The problem is he doesn't want his like tiny fan base that still exists to find out about the bad things he does. Because he always has in his head that people are going to find his videos and think, "Wow, this guy's really cool again." Because so he always, like, anytime he talks about bad things he does, he goes, "Oh, and then I said something silly. Oh, I made an off-color joke. Well, I did something really dumb." But he never actually says what it is, you know? He never actually pinpoints what he's, like, meant to be sorry for. And, like, that's a key bit of apologizing or being sorry for something, is you acknowledge the issue or the fault or what you did. So yeah, there you go. Make a living. He said himself he makes a living. Oh, I'm not talking about him making a living. Like, but Boogie's fine. I have been the chief arguer of that since the begging thing came out. I think I was the one who came out hardest saying Boogie is not broke. He's not bankrupt. He's not going to lose his house. Boogie is fine financially. I've always said that. Boogie is. I've always said Boogie's main thing is he wants attention, and he even said himself that the e-begging video was for attention. Now, he even refers to it now as the e-begging video. He came out on Twitter and said that this video is what he hoped the e-begging video would be, because he said he wanted the e-begging video to spread out and so people could see him and see how genuine and nice he is again, and hopefully use some of the hate against him to spread it. As people laughed at it, it would draw people in to look at him and talk about him again. It didn't work out at all for him. That's what he wants this to do. He wants people who hate him to spread this around and talk about it, so other people will then see it and see how nice and genuine and kind a person he actually is, guys. And that's why he made this video where he talks about how incredibly nice he is and how he's such a good, honest person who's just such a lovely guy who made a few mistakes, tee-hee. All that bullshit, you know? But he's not broke. He just wants attention. He does, however, want your money still. It's not because he's broke. He doesn't want your money because he's like, "Guys, I can't afford a McDonald's. Oh, guys, I'm going to lose the house." He wants it because he lives above his means. He wants a life of luxury. To put it very bluntly, sugar babies ain't cheap. That's kind of what he wants the money for. He wants to live above his means. You know? I was like, "Oh, guys, I'm randomly going to make a documentary about myself and pay some guy to make a documentary." Wouldn't it be great to have Boogie lose skin as a quilt? What the fuck? What? Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Prof, you're 100% right. He asked for money. It's just a joke, guys. I'm just joking. Oh, guys, why are you donating? It was just a joke. Tee-hee. I hope you don't donate more. Oh, wait, you are? Tee-hee. That's shite. Over and over and over again.
And I was showing my real self, and unfortunately that real me was not a great person. Another thing I was doing during that period of time was making these gaming news videos. And they were fairly successful. People were tuning in.
Were they? Were they? I don't remember his gaming news videos being at all successful.
hear me talk about video games and the news surrounding them, and I felt really good about it. On top of that, I was getting sponsors who would tune in, and they would advertise on the channel. Just
Is he gonna come out and try and blame everyone for getting his sponsors taken away from him? Like at the start of 2022, Boogie still had sponsors. What I was, because it's like I said, I went back and I started watching stuff to try and do the year review, and then I found out it was just too boring to do. He still had sponsors. He still had, like, Dying Light 2 sent him, like, the special collector's edition to do a review of and stuff like that. You know, he still has NordVPN. He sells meta PCs. I have no idea what he's talking about.
like everybody else has ads these days. You might wonder why I don't have sponsored ads anymore. It's because people who were upset with my antics and some of the stupid things I'd said and done were writing my sponsors en masse to try to make sure I wasn't sponsored.
Boogie, people don't even dislike you en masse, so I don't believe that. You're gonna have to... Sorry, my throat's dried up here, so I'm dying a wee bit inside. I just want him to provide any form of evidence for it. It's like after he did his dramatic comeback, you know, the fourth comeback of last year, where he's like, people are still writing my letters, writing to my sponsors. Oh, you think I didn't know? Oh, I know all about it. I know all about the letters you've been sending. And it's just like, bro, you're claiming both you don't have sponsors and that people are still writing to your current sponsors at a time when no one cared about you. This is well before the begging video. It was well after the court case was over. No one cared. No one cared about him whatsoever.
Anymore. And when they were finally successful and I got dropped by most of my sponsors, I decided I'm done with the
Like
gaming
who?
series. I had this very negative association with it.
Like who? Like what sponsors? What sponsors dropped you? I'm genuinely curious about that, because when he was on the kill stream listing off his sponsors, it was like BetterHelp and like NordVPN. And it's like, but you still have NordVPN, and BetterHelp like died. You know, it shot itself massively in the foot, and I don't think anyone worked with them. They're back now, like, but back, you know, it's like, it's not like people got you dropped from like BetterHelp.
Same way I had a negative association.
Didn't he have Loot Crate? He had it for a while, like, but Loot Crate died. Didn't Loot Crate go bankrupt? Like, Loot Crate died itself.
With the Francis character, and I just couldn't enjoy doing it anymore, so I left it to the other experts in the field. One other factor that goes into what I'm describing is that I got my teeth fixed back then, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't get my teeth fixed for looks. I got them fixed because I had 17 teeth left out of the 32 you start with, and 14 of those were infected, so I was dying of infection. My teeth hurt all the time.
That's weird, Boogie, because like this was 3 months before your pre-planned suicide, so it kind of seems weird that you drastically needed to get your teeth fixed because you were dying of infection when your intention was to kill yourself. That doesn't really make any sense. I raised that previously, that his timeline doesn't make any sense, and it's very blatant, but in my opinion, that he was lying about his intention to end himself, especially because of the teeth thing happening only a few months before, and the Tesla happening 1 month before. Yeah, it's just kind of... I don't know why bring this up in the YouTuber who lost it all. I don't know why he's bringing this up like this is any factor. He seems to have this weird thing that he thinks like people hate him because of his teeth or something like that. I don't think anyone actually... People make fun of his teeth because they look silly. I don't think anyone was just like, well, I supported Boogie every day. I built a shrine to him, but then he got his teeth fixed and, oh, I hate him. I don't think a single person's ever said that.
And this company out of Dallas reached out and offered to do these implants for free, and I took them up on the opportunity, and people hated my teeth. The people who were already being critical of me for being such an asshole started being critical about my looks as well, and I got it worse.
They started being critical about your... Bro, from day one on the internet, people were critical about your looks. That's you complained about that relentlessly. People started being mean about my looks. What are you talking about? What a weird way to rewrite history. Bro, you were like nearly 600 pounds. And you're saying, now people suddenly were critical of my appearance. Bro. God, Jesus Christ.
For the new teeth than I ever did for being fat. I never really understood it.
That is not even close to being true. People insulted you for your teeth more than for being... What are you talking... People make fun of your teeth because they look silly. Because they do look silly. It's just that simple. People made fun of the teeth because they looked silly. They did not go after you harder for your teeth than your fatness. Jesus, that is dumb.
Don't get me wrong, I looked in the mirror and I knew those teeth were a little too big for my face. I didn't like them very much either. I was just glad to be out of pain. Over the years, I've gotten a little more used to the new teeth, and I kind of like the way they look now. But at the time, I understand why people were so frustrated and irritated by it. And all of these factors were just like a perfect storm for me. You had the divorce, you had the declining views, you had the extreme criticism that the internet was offering, you had the fact that I had bypass surgery, and all of this just made it really difficult for me to handle my shit. and I did not handle it well. In 2019, I decided I was done with YouTube. I was done with the world, and I was going to shuffle the hell out of here on my birthday of July 24th, 2019. I was going to do a live stream, give my money to charity, and then afterwards exit off this Mortal Kombat.
That's a rewriting of history as well. Your intention to do the live stream was after you changed your mind about killing yourself. You've already said that. You already said that you originally had intended to do that, but then decided to instead do a live stream where you give away all your money and then you're going to slink away and disappear. You weren't going to do a live stream just so you could then kill yourself afterwards. That was never your intention. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Your Francis My Way video was meant to be your last video, not your live stream.
In the end, I checked it out and decided to stick it out and did everything I could to just keep my mind together. I don't think I did very well. While live streaming towards the end of 2019, I said that the people who had spent the last 3 or 4 years harassing me and attacking me and writing my sponsors and making me feel like shit every day, I felt that those people were worse than, well, the worst people in history. I think you know who I'm talking about here. I said that they were worse than Nazis.
And don't forget the other part. The other part's pretty bad. I would say the other part actually is probably worse than that, if I'm being honest with you, because like Nazis nowadays are a bunch of LARPing weirdos. Like saying people are worse than rapists is a pretty awful thing to say. But at least he admitted half of it, I guess.
In retrospect, I think it was meant to be hyperbolic, but you can't say that type of thing.
In retrospect, I think it was meant to be hyper. Bro, you're the one who said it. In retrospect, I think it was meant to be. You're the one who said it. You should know what it meant. If I say I like tuna, and if you ask in 2 years' time, you ask me if I like fish, I'm like, no, I hate fish. I've always hated fish. And you're like, oh, you like tuna? Oh, well, I think I was meant to be joking when I said I like tuna. It's like, what? Bro.
And I knew when this came out of my mouth on live stream, it was time to quit. It was time to go get help because I desperately needed it.
Okay.
If you go back and look at Christmas of 2019, I barely uploaded any videos. I also quit live streaming, and anyone will tell you that time of year is the time of year that YouTubers need to live stream. We need to make videos because that's when the advertisements were the highest. But I had to take a break because if I had not taken that break, I don't know what would have happened. And that break extended into 2020, and I think you all remember what happened in the early of 2020. Things just kind of went to shit. So I thought that was a perfect opportunity to...
What was the early 2020? I'm trying to think what the early 2020, because like... No, what was the early bit of 2020? What was the worst thing happening in early 2020?
Continue to climb into therapy and try to get better. During 2020, there was a huge gold rush that everyone was taking advantage of. Streamers were streaming for 12 hours a day. Content creators who could travel went where they could. The rest of us filmed in our homes, and everybody that was stuck at home.
Oh! Is he talking about fucking COVID? What? Is he talking about COVID? Oh, Jesus Christ. Cage. Yeah, that's the thing. I went through and I actually did a count. I can't remember where I have the figures now. But I did talk about it in one of my videos that there was like a noticeable drop off in the amount of videos. There was a notable drop off in the amount of videos that Boogie produced during like 2020. But it wasn't like he went from uploading 700 videos a year to 3 videos. It was like he went from like 130 or something like that. Actually, 1 second. I don't even know if I can find it here quickly. 1 second. I'm gonna have a wee look, see, because I actually think I might have it here somewhere. Sorry guys, I know this is probably the most interesting thing in the world for you to listen to, but I actually think I have it stored here. Okay, so in 2000, we'll go to like 2018. Okay, so no, well actually, when was the divorce? 2017 divorce then happened in 2018. So in 2017, he made 192 videos. 2018, 223. 2019, 169. 2020, 103. 2021, 91. Okay, so yeah, it's a drop, but it's like a 50% reduction. And that's not including the travel channel. The travel channel where Boogie travels. I don't even fucking. It's not stored on my list here, but the travel channel. He did a fair few videos. he did a fair few videos for the travel channel. So this whole LARP that he has going on here, where he's like, guys, you know, I was making so much content, and then suddenly everything went to shit, and just, you know, guys, I just stopped uploading. I just stopped doing content entirely. It's like, no, you didn't. He did a comeback to his gaming channel as well. I can't remember how many. He only made a couple of videos for that. Biggie Plays, it's called. Yeah, there it is. So he actually then made a comeback. I'll pull this up here quickly. So he made a comeback here. I think this is 2019, was it?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, July 2019. Okay. This was the day before he apparently was ending himself. By the way, guys, just so you know, for the timeline, this is the day before he apparently was going to end himself.
What?
This is 2 days after he was apparently going to end himself here. He tried to relaunch his Boogie Plays channel with Magic the Gathering stuff, and it did horrendously. You know, 11K for the first video, 6.4, 5.9, 5.4, 5.7, 12K for the last one. Then you have Boogie Travels, which is his other one. Look at all these videos here. These are all like 2019, 2020 as well, okay? And the last couple are 2021. Here, those ones are 2021. And the rest are 2020 and 2019. You know? Wasn't there a weight loss channel? There was a weight loss channel, Boogie Down 550. He didn't upload after 2016, I believe. So he didn't upload during 2019 to modern day on a Boogie Down 550. What did I come back to, Luna? Luna, you came back to Boogie discussing how he basically quit the internet entirely because of people being mean to him online. Boo-hoo, poor him, all that malarkey. However, it's just not true. Boogie reduced his content. He dropped from his like peak of like 220 videos to like 91 videos. However, during that time, he also had tried to relaunch his gaming channel, which failed, and he tried to launch a travel channel that failed as well. So it's not as clear-cut as Boogie's trying to make out to be, that he was being a good old Christian boy and he realized he had done goofed online and he decided to scale it back. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen.
Watched this stuff, and I did not participate in it. I didn't live stream except maybe once a month or every couple of months. I made like one video a week, and it was always just a personal rambling video. I was focused on my therapy, and
He only made, like one video a week. Well, closer to 2 videos a week, which, it's still fine enough. It's still fine enough, especially when your previous videos were still getting like a couple million views. So you easily had money to live off. It's not like he bankrupted himself or made himself destitute. His old videos were still getting a lot of views. Like Boogie, like, do we have to pull up Social Blade now as well? Let's pull up Social Blade. Boof. There we go. Here is Social Blade. So, what detailed statistics, isn't it? No, this doesn't even go back as far as I wanted to. Oh, well, here's the video views. No, that's the total video views. God, it doesn't really go back to nearly as much as it did. But here's the video views per what month is it? A week. 2020 still pretty good. There's a bit of a dip, jumped again, bit of a dip, slowly gone down. It's slowly gone down over time. But like back in 2020, 2021 time, like he was making plenty. He was making more than enough. Like he was still getting like 1 million to 2 million. He's getting like 500,000, 600,000 per week. The guy was making plenty. He had more than enough to live on. Like, so it's kind of ridiculous that he's acting like he basically bankrupted himself by just not streaming as much.
was focused on getting better, and I did not take advantage of that time, and that's probably one of my biggest regrets financially. But mentally, I'm really, really glad I did it, because I came out of it on the other side a little bit better.
No, you hard cut to him coming out the other side a little bit better.
And towards the end of 2020, when I started feeling a little bit better, I I had a pretty major setback, I think is the easiest way to put it. Somebody who had been harassing
He even used Frank Hassel's footage. He even used Frank Hassel's video with the finger guns.
me online for quite some time, decided to get on a plane in the middle of a pandemic and fly to
He got on a plane in the middle of a pandemic. Why does he always say that like somehow that makes it any weirder or worse? It's like I'm gonna be straight. It is more than straightforward enough to say a weirdo showed up at my door. That's fine. That's absolutely. Did he get Frank's permission to use the video? I'd love that if Frank copyright struck. This would be so funny. But it's like, it's like, it blows my mind every time he says that. It's like a guy showed up at your house. You're accusing him of stalking you. You're accusing him of being chasing you and hunting you online and harassing you for months. Have a good one, Sad Dog. For months on end. But then you also go like, he even flew in a plane during a pandemic. It's like, bro, that is in a top 10 list of weird shit that happened. It's not even close.
my town and start harassing me here in my hometown. And I ended up on a podcast with him where I said some really terrible, terrible things.
Like?
And when he came to my property the next day, I handled the situation very, very poorly.
What terrible things did you say, Boogie? What terrible things did you say? Why? It's weird that you're not mentioning this once again. Once again, you're not talking about what you actually said. You said, "Oh, I said some silly, dumb, bad, naughty things, guys."
I would say if you ever needed proof that I am not mentally well, that's probably all the proof you'll ever need. But the courts don't care about that kind of thing. When you break the law, you've broken the law. So there's a real chance you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And I spent tens of thousands of dollars keeping my ass out of jail. As a result of all this trouble, my lawyer advised me to continue to lay lower and try to lay even lower. Live stream less, post more videos, get out of the public eye so that we had a better chance of me not going to jail.
It
took about a year for
it's always everyone else's fault but his that he doesn't make content.
us to get a deal from the prosecutor.
Boogie invited him, holy crap. Yeah, see, the biggest problem is it's just so cringe that he can't be like, I was stupid, I challenged the guy to show up at my house, he did, I handled it badly. He has to just be vague. Oh, I said dumb things, guys. I said silly, dumb things. So, oops, tee-hee, ooh-woo, it's not my fault, guys. It's like, oh, my lawyer advised me to lay low. It's like, bro, what are you even talking about? You filmed it. You filmed the whole thing and released it to Keemstar. Like, you put the evidence out there. He's like, oh, my lawyer told me not to live stream or make YouTube videos because it could be used against me because I didn't want people clipping me out of context because they'd be able to use it against me. It's like, bro, I don't think a judge is sitting there and is like, okay, but what is Dank Lord 72 on Kiwi Farms say about this? He says Boogie once said I ate black babies. Jesus. Well, Boogie, that's the death sentence for you. It's always been the silliest argument he's ever fucking said, is that they told me not to do it in case people took things out of context to use against me in court cases.
But we finally got it, and we finally took it, and I was free to start posting again, and that's been about a year since then. So in March of 2022, I started making videos again, and I discovered I have no clue what the hell I'm doing. YouTube had
I'm glad, Boogie, that you liked your own video. At least someone did.
completely changed. The market was ridiculously saturated. People's opinion of me was lower than it had ever been. Most people had forgotten I existed, and they forgot to watch me altogether. And my new
Once again, he can't accept anything. Like, people forgot that I existed, and they just forgot to watch my videos. As if, like, everyone would have rushed back if they remembered he existed. People know Boogie exists. People know Boogie. It's one of those things where it's like, it's weird because on my Amber Lynn channel, like, I get like probably more like dislikes than I would on my main channel, which is odd because I got a lot more views on my main channel, but on that one I get more dislikes. Probably because there are a sizable number of people who do like Amber Lynn, especially after the whole recent thing where she had a documentary made on her. But like, no one tries to come at me about it. No one like comes at me and leaves angry comments and threatens to dox me and stuff like that, or tries to intimidate me, or tries to go after me. But every single video I've made on Boogie has at least a couple of those people. You know, people do know Boogie exists. People just have this idea in their head that's like, oh, he's just such a nice guy. They don't watch his stuff because no one actually people. He doesn't seem to realize that whilst he is well known, and he is still well known, he's not funny. He's not interesting. He's not likable. That's why, like, I am like one of the only people who, like, quote unquote covers him in any way, because no one gives a shit about him. People don't even care enough about him to make troll videos on him. That is how little they care about him. Boogie's like acts like he has like the Grand Army of the Republic coming after him. And it's like, bro, no one cares. No, you're not interesting enough, to troll. You're not interesting enough to document or follow or, poke or prod at or tease or make fun. No one cares. Calvin PK can give him some jail advice. That's like Boogie tried to be like really smarmy about that with Kyle in early 2020. I think it was like April 2020 when he was on their podcast. And he tried to be smarmy about Kyle going to prison because Kyle, this is the podcast where Kyle like didn't speak to him for the first 40 minutes, and he was trying to be all smart. He's like, well, I hope you didn't drop the soap and stuff like that. And I was like, God, it'd be so funny if he had gone and like Kyle could just return the favor to him. Hey Jocko and hey Josh, how are you guys?
New content just did not look like current YouTube. There were so many other people to watch, and they were doing such a better job of it. I spent the last year trying to figure it out, and I'm sitting here now in 2023 telling you I'm still no closer to figuring out now than I was back then. I have made some frames of sketches, but honestly, the people that watched that growing up just don't care to watch it anymore, and I don't really look the part as much as I used.
I don't look the part. Boogie, you look basically the same. You just look a bit older. It doesn't matter. Like 100 pounds does not fucking make. It's like, well, do you know what? If only I was 100 pounds heavier, it would suddenly not be bullshit. It suddenly would be actually really funny. Maybe just people have like moved on from like fake fat guy screaming videos. Maybe people just don't care about that anymore because like everyone knows it's fake. Back then there's at least a bit of plausible deniability. People are like, oh, look at this fat loser being sad about a game not working, haha, let's all laugh at him. They weren't like, ha, let's laugh with him. They were like, ha, let's laugh at him. Nowadays there are other actual lol cows to follow, that if people want to like find some fat weirdo online to laugh at, there's plenty to find. Just finding Boogie pretending to be like upset at a video game, people are like, who cares?
These sketches are...
Yeah, kids, you can't follow me. People have matured past Francis. Exactly. But this is the guy who also refers to Francis videos as masterpieces. Like, this guy genuinely thinks this is comedy gold. He refers to them as sketch comedy videos and stuff like that. It's like a silly video you make with a bunch of friends for YouTube. Like, bro, that's it. Next video was cringe. The next video was cringe, especially because it was a 9-minute long advert for Meta PCs. Just kind of kept going. We got to watch a real Cyrix rage over an Xbox for free. Exactly. If people want to see someone like rage and get upset, they've got a billion people to choose from now. Like, Boogie was only slightly interesting back then because people didn't know the internet very well, so they didn't know. It was like, well, is this real? Is this not real? And also, he was one of the only people doing it. Everyone remembers, like, angry German kid. He still pops up nowadays. Kid punching his monitor and stuff like that. What was the guy's name who was like kind of like McJuggernuggets? I can't, Waffle Pone or something like that. He like got upset and tried to stick like a remote control up his arse. Like, people remember that stuff because it was like there wasn't a lot of it online. So when people find it, they all spread around and say, oh, look at this loser getting upset. Boogie then thinks these people are like, will love him and be like, oh my god, he tricked me. He made me smile. I love this man and his comedy genius by pretending to be a fat upset person, by being now a fat upset person in real life, but not upset about video games and screaming about Error 32 or whatever the fuck it was. Now he's just upset that someone called him a TERF because he played Hogwarts Legacy, so he had to make a video asking his trans friend to tell everyone that he's not transphobic. That shit, it's not like a sad rage that he has going on, as opposed to like explosive fun rages.
They're really fun to make for nostalgic reasons, but they're never going to get the views that they used to. I'm not that good of an actor. I'm not that funny looking anymore, and I'm not that funny of a writer, so this is just kind of a thing I do to entertain myself more than anything else. And
he's not that funny looking anymore, guys. He's just not that funny looking anymore, guys. Because where we all had the secret meeting. All the thin people in the world got together. We had a secret meeting, and we're like, okay, guys, £600. That's funny. Like 550 to me, 500. Funny. We'll laugh at that. 450 pounds. It's not even funny, guys. Who cares? 450 pounds. That's normal. That's grand. We don't care. Like, what is he talking about? Like he looks. It's like, I don't look as silly as I used to. It's like, you do. You just do. You look basically the same. Just you have grayer hair. You look a bit older. That's it. It's not like you're now Gerard Butler in physique.
the fact that a handful
He's just such a handsome boy. Little Bubs, you know what? The thing is, you're not even wrong. He's too damn pretty to laugh at. We're all just upset that Boogie is just so attractive now that we can't even laugh at him anymore because we look at him and go like, God, if only I could be him.
people are entertained, it makes me happy, but this certainly isn't going to be something that gets people to watch again, I don't think. I do still like posting my life updates and talking about myself and situations that I've been in, telling stories and stuff like that.
I like posting my life updates and talking about myself. Well, doesn't that just sum up Boogie?
But because people think so weirdly about me, they have so many just opinions that aren't close to my reality. A lot of the stuff
They aren't close to my reality. What a way to say it's not what I think about myself, so it doesn't matter. It's like, wouldn't most people just say it's not even close to reality, not my reality, because it's like a tacit admission that it might be close to reality, but just not your depiction of yourself.
comes across as disingenuous or fake. People think I'm a liar or a monster or a wife beater or just a manipulator or whatever it is, and when they watch these videos, they just, I don't know, they have a very negative response to it. If you want proof of that, check this comment section, and you'll see a lot of those people telling me how wrong I am about my own life and my own life.
Yeah, it's... Guys, if you want to see something silly, just check this comment section, and you'll see people saying, I'm wrong about my own life. It's like, yeah, you're an unreliable narrator. You're just talking about yourself and your point of view of how events took place. Like, of course you're an unreliable narrator. What the fuck are you talking about? If I made a fucking documentary, the That Darn Irishman story, how a guy with a 19-inch cock was able to impregnate 82,000 women across the world, some people might say it's exaggerated, but to me and my reality, it's entirely accurate. And obviously, you're just haters. You're internet trolls. You have a weird opinion on me that my cock is at 19 inches. I don't know where you get that from. Are you trying to say that I don't have a giant cock that literally splits women in two? How the fuck dare you think that about me? You're literally worse than Nazis and rapists.
Story, and that's just weird to me, but it's proof that this is not going to be something that people are going to watch much of either. I do still like talking about video games, and I do like talking about...
What the fuck was with that? Like, I know I'm on times and a half speed, but that was like a fucking half a second cut there. Like, I thought my editing was dog shit. Like, yeah, it is dog shit. Like, but, you know, come on, guys, come on. I tell you, that's a fan fiction I was writing about you, kids. Kids, it's not fan fiction, it's called a biography, okay?
current events. I do like doing commentary, but there's so many people doing that.
Mick Mac, you gotta see it in person. Bro, it's big enough you can see it on a fucking satellite. Google Maps search Ireland and you'll see it. That's how the doxamy will get out. You just have to trace the cock back to where it starts.
Already, and they do it better than me. I'm not sure if that's something that people want to watch either. I keep making these videos anyway, because I like making them. They're fun for me, they're creative for me, I enjoy them. So, all of these videos, the Francis sketches...
They're fun for me and they're creative for me. Bro, you're literally just sitting here fucking talking about, like, Ozempic and shit like that. You're talking about things a billion other people talk about, and it's like, it's creative for me. What's creative about your coverage of, like, the new Saints Row game? Where you read someone else's article and then played someone else's video and talked about someone else's video on the issues of the new Saints Row game. What the fuck's creative? What I'm doing here is not creative. Me talking over this video is not creative. That's half of Boogie's content, and I'm being so fucking generous, because the other half is him talking about his real life, which I guess is creative, because it is pure fucking fan fiction, like, but this ain't creative. This is bog standard, bottom of the barrel shit that both me and him are doing.
Personal stuff, the commentary, even if people aren't watching them, I'm gonna make them because it gives me something to do and it passes the time, and I enjoy doing it, by God. I have a few other projects in the work. There's an advice series that I want to work on. There's a podcast.
An advice series? Imagine taking advice from Boogie. Like, generally, what could he give advice on? I have no idea. What could he give advice on? Because he can't even... The problem is... Like, straight up, what could Boogie give advice on? Because he can't give advice on how to become a successful YouTuber. Okay? Because he's not one anymore. Yeah, he made it big. He made it big at the start when there was basically no competition by... in my opinion, outright guilting and manipulating people with his Draw My Life story, and that was the really thing that kind of pushed him over the edge. But, like, I don't know, weight loss? Okay, congratulations there. Dating? Okay. What can he give advice on? He's a man with basically zero skills. It's like if I came up to someone and was like, hey, do you you want some advice on how to edit your videos better? Hey guys, do any of you guys want advice on how to manage audio levels and everything like that? Do you guys want advice on how to review anime? It's shit like that. It's just like, bro, you go to anyone in the world but me on any of those things. Boogie on the head is like, oh yeah, guys, come here. I'm gonna sit you down and tell you why you shouldn't listen to Andrew Tate about women. You should listen to me about women. And then he just says like, women love me because I'm really confident and kind to them. And I'm also sweet and lovely. However, I don't treat them as sexual objects. And in that fucking documentary thing, the live stream with Clum, where the second he got the definitely not a sugar baby on the phone, he was like, "Hey girl, how are you? Yeah. Do you want to spend the night?" And he's like, "Bro, wasn't your entire point that you treat women like humans and not like sexual objects in any way?" But okay, sure.
That I want to do, and there's a few other things I have that may or may not catch people's attention, but the truth of the matter is, there is nothing.
Holy shit, can you just stop with the fucking pity party? No one's going to watch this documentary either, probably. Well, I'm going to do a bunch of things that people probably won't care about and they probably won't watch. Ooh, woo. Like, fucking... It's just it's so pathetic. It's like, you might as well get on your hands and knees and beg people to watch your fucking videos.
That could ever bring back an audience the size that I used to have. I don't think there is. I'm past my prime. I'm not that talented. I'm not that good looking. I'm not that relatable. And there's plenty of people doing this job.
Yeah, you're not that relatable. That's the thing. You acted like you were relatable. People thought that you were relatable. And then they very quickly saw that you weren't actually relatable because you're not a really good person. You lied about a lot of things. You did awful, terrible things. And you, even in this, aren't owning up to like pretty much any of them. You owned up to one thing you said out of your entire history of screw-ups. But then still had to paint that everyone who doesn't like you is just weird. And they don't understand you. And they're like crazy guys. They're literally insane. People who don't like me, they're literally insane. Guys, look at the comments section. The people who don't like me are literally insane. They're literally fucking crazy, guys. Guys, I'm right about me. Like, it's like... bruh.
Infinitely better than I ever did, much less than I could do today.
God, yeah, oh, Cage, I forgot about that. Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen it on Twitter, Boogie did a big song and dance about how he was going to release a video as members-only content. However, apparently enough people have complained about him doing it that he's not going to do members-only content anymore. And it's such like a boo-hoo, pity me. People are so mean, they won't even pay $2 per month for this great content. And it's like, bro, you fucking promised that you were going to do weekly live streams when you got 50 members. Then when you got 50 members, you changed it to 100 fucking members, and you still haven't done weekly live streams. You've instead uploaded like a fucking video talking about fucking mushrooms and a video about fucking what the fuck was it? How it's okay to not be political or something like that. It was so boring. Not a single person I saw leaked it onto the forums.
That doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. It just means the odds are stacked against me, and that's okay. The odds are stacked against everyone if you haven't been paying attention. Only a few of us ever get lucky. But that doesn't mean we stop trying, and I don't plan to stop trying anytime soon. I mean, we all try. And for one very brief moment, I managed to get lucky, and I hope that I'll get lucky again. And if not, I'll die trying. I think that's the best we can all do, is go to our grave clawing at our dreams and hoping to catch one in our hands before we go. And I will say it's weird.
That's so fucking cringe. Okay, Boogie, but you just said that, and you said like a Hallmark greeting card nothing statement. What is your dream? What is your dream? Because weirdly you haven't really mentioned like money during this, about you apparently being bankrupt and worried that you're gonna lose your house and lost all your money in crypto, all the nonsense shit that you said in your last pity me video. Like, what's the dream? Is it you just want attention? You just want people to pay you attention and just look at you because that is your currency in life, is people just looking at you? It's like, well, here you go, Boogie. I'm covering you. You should love me for covering you because, like I said, no one fucking else even bothers to. But apparently not.
Being on this platform at 48 years old, still making content after 17 years, hoping that people watch, hoping that people care, knowing that there's people younger and more talented and better looking that can easily do this job.
Why does he keep talking about fucking physical appearance? Is it people who are better looking? Like, Boogie, I don't want to be a dickhead when I say this. There are some of my videos that have more views than some of your videos, and I am a fucking picture of a potato. in a dog costume with a kiwi nose. Bro, I'm gonna say I don't think a lot of this is about appearance. Okay, I don't think I don't think anyone's watching me because they secretly want to fuck my potato. Okay, stop. It's so weird. It's like people are younger than me and more better looking. You come across like an incel. This is where the incel vibe shit comes in. That you're like constantly talking about like people are younger than me and they're more attractive than me, so they get it easier than me. Just shit like that. Hey there, first rule, Mark. Sorry, I should call you by your official name. Thank you very much for super chat, my dude. And yes, yeah, it's good to be back. I think it's been 2 weeks since I did like a live stream on the main channel. Yeah, just I've been busy enough, and just Boogie hasn't been the most interesting guy in the entire world. But I'm gonna look into it because a lot of people said he's been particularly interesting this month. I've seen some of the things he's done, and yeah, they're fine enough. So maybe I shall do a monthly recap this time. Why are you calling us fans out like that? Well, I think fans is a weird word. Maybe maybe family. Family is probably the better, more parasocial word I can choose for you guys.
They are doing this job, and they're doing it better than I ever could, and it's just, hell, I'm just glad to be part of the game. I know I'm not going to win. I know I'm not even going to finish in the top 50%.
Oh my
but the
God.
fact that I get to play the game at all, it's great. It's great. For those of you who are still watching, thank you.
The fake hopefulness and fake look how sincere and kind and nice I am thing to try and win back the audience. It's just it's kind of pathetic because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work because he's trying so hard to be like, remember guys when you liked me because I was like the nice, relatable, kind person on YouTube? Well, look, I still am him. And then you look at him on Twitter and he's like, oh, all these fucking MAGA Republican fucking Nazis are fucking disgusting. I can play whatever fucking Hogwarts game I ever fucking want. Look at me, I have a trans friend, you fucking sin. It's just like, bro, Jesus. There's a bit of a disconnect between the personality you're trying to portray yourself as still and the personality you are elsewhere still. It's like the one defining trait of Boogie is that he tries to have one personality and totally fucking changes that. It's just like, bro, it's just fucking pathetic. Frontal lobe damage could make sense. Maybe he hit himself too hard with one of his plastic lightsabers.
So glad to have you here. For those of you who are no longer watching, I get it. I went through a phase where my content was bad and boring. I went through a phase where I was making no content. I also went through a phase where I...
You went through a phase where you're making no content? Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? I literally just read out that you made... In your worst year, you made 91 videos. Nearly 2 videos a month. Nearly 2 videos a week. And that was not including your offshoot channels. Like, stop it. Stop it with your fucking nonsense. I made no content.
was a complete and utter asshole. And for all of those reasons, well, I think if I was in your position, I would have found another great...
I was a complete and utter asshole, guys. But no, I'm not going to say what I did or who I said it to or why I said it or what I said. Sorry, I died there for a second. But it's just the guys. I was a bit of an asshole. Teehee.
...to watch instead as well. So I get it. I was once in the major leagues, and now I'm back in the minors, and who knows? Very soon after, I'll probably just be playing in my backyard again. But you know what? I'm just glad I still get to play the game. So thank you for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon. Oh, you need to go outside?
Haha, guys, look at me. I'm so relatable. I have a dog. The end. Is that it? Teehee, it's funny because I'm drinking Mountain Dew. Do you remember that, guys? Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Do you remember that? I've only brought it up once or twice. Mountain Dew, guys. Teehee, Mountain Dew. And then mentioning the dog because Sammy shielding is a real thing. Christ almighty. That was like pathetic. It was just pathetic. His attempt to rewrite history, to pat himself in the ass, to try as hard as he can to play the character that he wants to be and really lean into that. It's really lame. Watch the new video, please. Did he do the one after this? I made a change after 8 years. Unfortunately, it is a bit late for me, and like I said earlier on, I'm a bit tired, and we're about to hit an hour and a half here. So, how about this, guys? I will see if I can maybe get a wee bit of time tomorrow night, and I can maybe try and do another wee live stream. We'll talk about I made a change. We'll see if I can try and do that tomorrow night, guys. Okay. Oh no, Irishman Boogie has deemed that non-canon. Now Boogie has the upload rate of the internet historian. That's it. He does. He pictures himself as like John Tron. He's like, I post once every 7 months, like. But yeah, guys, like I said, no, I'm unfortunately, I just because you know me, to get through a video that was 3 minutes long and a video that's 14 minutes long, we're an hour and a half in, like, so. I think if I'm going to do a 13-minute video, which is him reacting to his own fucking nonsense video here, it's probably going to be a while. So yes, but like I said, the stream, the official part of the stream that everyone cares about is finishing. I may briefly talk about anime here, so you may exit us if you guys do not give two thunder and fucks about anime. I do not blame you whatsoever. I watched Demon Slayer recently, and I kind of want to fucking rant about it a wee bit. So, if any of you guys want to run, I entirely understand. And yeah, Mama, do you stream tomorrow? Yeah, 100%. No, I have no idea what time I'll stream at. I'll see in the morning what kind of free time I have, and I will stay for a waiting room. I'm gonna go to sleep. Take care of him. No, Luna, I entirely understand. You have a good time. Second Demon Slayer movie is coming out soon. Acid Gate. That is why I watched, because I hadn't actually caught up. I was late to the party. I'm out. Thanks to the game. No problem, Prof. I don't blame you. Claymore recently. Oh, fuck. Claymore is fantastic. You ever read the Unlimited? Have you ever read the manga for Claymore? Because obviously Claymore has a fucked up ending because they suddenly were told you're not getting a second season, so they had to wrap it up in one season. The manga, so much better. So much better. Your Fortnite still listening? No problem, Mom and Day. Yeah, I got in Fortnite again recently because I just kind of wanted a Battle Royale game to fuck around with, and I couldn't be arsed with Apex Legends anymore, so I started playing it a wee bit. But yes, no, because the new Demon Slayer movie was coming out, I decided I wanted to go and I wanted to watch the Boys Here with Beer. Fantastic. Have a good one, kids. Take care, mate. So I was like, I want to watch it because I watched the first season a while ago. It was like maybe a year or so after it. Maybe it was a year or so after the original series had actually come out. I finally sat down and watched it, and I was watching away, and I was like, "This is all right." It's all right. If I was matched up with Madoka, yeah, it was good. The manga is really, really good. Like the full war arc that happens afterwards, because instead of them fighting Priscilla, I think her name's Priscilla, the main bad girl. Instead of them fighting her in a volcano, there's a time skip actually in the manga. And when it picks up afterwards, it's fucking incredible. It's so good. I really, really enjoy Claymore as a manga. It's so much better than the anime. 100% do pick it up. Pretty much, it is more or less identical. The anime and the manga is more or less identical up until that part. So I'd recommend reading from the start of the battle in the north when they're up in the snowy place. Start reading the manga from there, and you don't really need to read before that because everything more or less remains the same. But yeah, so I finally watched I finally watched Demon Slayer maybe a year after it came out, and everyone kept saying wait till episode 19 and it gets really good, and I was like, okay, sweet, 100%, I'll do that. So I muscled through. I got to episode 19. That was the time when they're fighting the spider family in the mountains, and I was like, you know what, this is actually pretty good. Maybe like the Ishley, the male abyssal one. Is that the Claymore? Is that that guy? He's okay. I can't remember too much about him in the anime version of it because I think he only appeared, I think, right at the end of the anime, didn't he? Yeah. So yeah, Demon Slayer, it got good around episode 19 and all, but it was this is 2 years on. I finally decided. Sakith, I'm getting ready to wrap up here, but I'm just talking about a wee bit of anime before I end here. But now that I was like, okay, the new movie's coming out soon, me and a couple of mates were getting ready to go to it, and I was like, I need to catch up. So I was like, shit, I haven't watched Mugen Train, and I haven't watched the Entertainment Arc, which only came out at the start of last year. And I was suddenly like, shit, I don't remember fucking anything about the original series. I remember the general gist of it, but I don't remember really anything apart from the Spider Family fight. So I was just like, okay, sweet, 100%. I'll go back and I watched like a couple of the movies. I just skimmed through them to try and remember. And I was like, fuck, I forgot like all of this shit. And I very quickly remembered that Demon Slayer is like really good for its fight sequences, but apart from that, it is a dog shit anime. And I watched Mugen Train, and I was genuinely fucking stunned at how just I didn't give a shit about like 80% of it until like the ending fights, really, because that is all Demon Slayer is. And I was like, fuck it, it's alright. I think it was like a 7 out of 10. I think I got like a 7 out of 10 for me. And I right afterwards, I watched the entertainment arc. And holy shit, the entertainment arc is 11 episodes long. 7 of them are dedicated to one fight sequence. And it is the fucking jankiest, shittest fucking fight sequence I have ever seen. It is all over the fucking place. It has about 3 or 4. I think this is spoilers for that. So if you haven't watched now, jump away. No problem, Lisa. You have a good one. Take care of yourself now. So yeah, with the entertainment arc, it's about 7 episodes just for a fight sequence, and because of that, they just repeatedly have characters just go, "Oh yay, we've won! We finally killed him!" And then like 2 seconds later, it's like, "But did we?" And then it turns out they didn't win the fight, and that happens like at least 3 times, maybe 4 times, maybe fucking more than that, just to keep the fight going on and on. Every 5 fucking minutes, it seems, like the character's like, "I've reached my limit. That's me done." And then they faint, and then like a second later, they're back up fighting at full force. Where in Mugen Train, Tanjiro gets stabbed by like a guy with like a fucking big ass sewing needle. It's like an ice pick or something like that. He gets stabbed with it, and that is him basically out of the fight. He is like crippled. He is like struggling to stay alive. He's bleeding heavily from it. In this, Tanjiro was sliced to fuck. He is torn apart during the fight, and it just doesn't matter. He is absolutely fine. None of it slows him down whatsoever, because like they all have plot armor now. So like every single time he gets cut, and he'll collapse, and then he'll just jump straight back on his feet, and he'll just join the fight again 2 seconds later. It is just that shit over and over and over again, and it is honestly, it's just fucking pathetic. And it wasn't fun. The fight sequence is beautifully animated, the music is fantastic, but everything else is bad. The characters suck, especially fucking Zenitsu. Zenitsu is his character is, he's a simp. And that's it. He's a simp, and he gets scared a lot. And anytime he gets too scared, he passes out. Like, the majority of the entertainment arc, like, the last, like, 7 episodes. Is this Demon Slayer? It is Demon Slayer, yeah. The last, like, 7 episodes, he is unconscious. Because he can only fight when he's unconscious, because he's too scared to fight when he's awake. So it's like, you have a character who is asleep for half of this arc. He is actually asleep for half of this arc. Hey, Die, how are you, mate? He is, like, it's just like, imagine writing a character who is so bad that they need to be asleep for half of the arc just so they can do something in the fucking arc. Nezuko, the lolly character, who I genuinely hate as a character, because she's just there to be like a lolly who during every fight sequence suddenly becomes a big titty sister character wearing the same kimono, so it's always like 1 inch below her fanny, like, and like open at the front, barely holding her tits, and it's just like, it's just weird. A second ago she was like a 2-year-old girl, and now we're doing this. It's just fucking weird. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, she does basically nothing. I think she comes out of her box like twice, and that is just the Deus Ex Machina shit. She just appears to just like fight someone whilst Tanjiro is recovering for 2 seconds, and then has to go back in her box, and then at the end she jumps out again because she has magic powers. They make a point that she is as powerful as the upper 6 demons for no apparent reason, even though demons get more powerful by eating more and more humans, and she has never eaten a human. So it's like, how the fuck is she so ungodly powerful? It probably is explained through some bullshit thing in 72 fucking episodes, but God, I fucking hated it. They even did the bullshit thing they did in Naruto, where they're like, "Oh my god, these characters are dead, guys. This is so sad." And then, like, they just pop up, and it's like, "No, we're actually okay. We pretended to be dead." It's like, are we really doing that fucking trope? Oh, it's so bad. I hate it. I feel like I give it a 6, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I fucking hated that season. I just feel, this is why I don't trust Shonen exactly. It's so, Demon Slayer was meant to be like a different shonen, though. It was meant to be a different kind of shonen, but it is so bad. Dragon Ball's good crack. I need to watch Super still. Well, most of Super, because I got to the bit where Goku Black shows up, and I haven't watched past there. God. See, I haven't watched any Fate Stay, and I know Unlimited Gamer Works, you're a big fan of it. Like, I still haven't. I've seen so many people being like, "Ufotable, just stop with Demon Slayer. Go back to making fucking Fate." Because Demon Slayer is so well animated, and it looks great. But it's so badly written. The source material is so shit. It does not deserve to look that good. And 100%, I'm of the opinion it is only popular because of how well animated it is. You can't convince me I'm wrong with that. Christ. Jesus. So yes, that is my rant. I don't know. It's just the comedy's terrible. Like, they'll have characters sitting there in the burned out ruins of Tokyo that's been half fucking destroyed by this massive fight, and a huge bomb went off basically at the end somehow, and then they'll cut to like a fucking pure comedy scene, and you're just sitting there like, what is this? What is this meant to? You're in one scene they're trying to convince me that a character's about to die, and he's sitting there trying to say his last words whilst the comedy scene is going on around him, and you're just sitting there like, what's the tone of this anime? You know, it's spelled Bleach, right? I haven't seen the new Bleach. Apparently it's incredible. I know it took the top spot for a while. I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood took it back finally. To be fair, I've only watched the first, Christ, what is it, like 100 episodes of Bleach, maybe 120, I think, episodes of the original Bleach. Zero or Unlimited Blade Works to start as well. You're going to listen to the latest and make it out. Full Metal Alchemist, yes, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. My brother really likes Zero. He told me that's a place to start. He said the problem is no matter where you start, really, you're going to spoil yourself in it. Because if you go to Zero, it apparently spoils stuff that happens in Fate Stay. But if you watch Fate Stay, then it spoils what happens in Zero, because Zero is obviously a prequel to it. So, I don't know. I'll get around to it. I'll watch Fate Stay at some point. Right now, I'm just trying to work off some of the big recent anime that I've missed, and I'm kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm just being a fucking hipster. I always have that feeling and that wee bit of worry in the back of my mind anytime I watch popular anime, because I just Reincarnated Slime. I still need to watch the second season of that, because I finished the first season when it first came out. I still haven't watched the second. But I don't know, I feel like am I a fucking hipster? Because like the most popular anime that came out recently were like Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer, and I watched Chainsaw Man and I was like massively underwhelmed by it. I thought it was solid enough, but I was massively underwhelmed in general. And Demon Slayer, I think I'm growing to absolutely hate it. Goblin Slayer 2, has the next season been announced? Because I know they did a movie, but I haven't seen the movie yet. I 100% I'll watch the next season of it, because it was a really fucking solid Kino anime. Butcher the Rock, I've got it actually legally acquired, and I intend to watch it soon. God. Demons, Goblin Slayer, we have Goblin Slayer. I'm still watching the anime I picked up this season. I just realized you're sitting here just staring at this fucking nothing screen. I'm still watching the anime from this that I reviewed for this season. And I probably still think Farming Another World is my favorite. I really like Ningen, the outcast who will save the world. I really, really like it, because I know I gave it kind of a harsh review during my first 2 episode review, but I kept going, and it was just because like the second episode was so much better than the first episode. Hey, Sleepy Mate, how are you? Because the second episode is so much better than the first episode of Outcast Who Will Save the World. I decided to watch the third episode, and it just gets so much better. It is so weird to me that the first episode of that anime is genuinely so shit, and then afterwards it picks up. It's good fun. The characters get a lot more interesting. I'm having a lot of fun. It's like it's not even it's not even close to being like high art in any way, but it's just fun. Trigon Stampede looked good. Yeah, that's the thing. It was well animated. It was fine enough, but I think my biggest problem is the same problem I had with the first season. Is that Vash is just not very interesting as a main character. He is too holier than thou, super nice guy. Maybe he changes. Maybe later on in the season he gets more interesting. But I just can't sit through that. I just find him so ungodly boring. God damn it, Dylan. That's disgusting. Why would you ruin good pasta with sauce? You fucking weirdo. Bet you even put mince on it, you weirdo. Hey, Strachan. New Bleach. I haven't seen it. I just someone mentioned that it looks really good. And yeah, it does seem very, very good. I do need to sit down and actually finish the first season off. Well, not the first season, the first show. You know, like I said, I'm only a third the way through it. You read the Trigon manga back? I'm sure it was good. Marathon guy, it was you, yeah. I'm sure it was good. I'm sure it's considered one of the holy grail original anime for a reason. Like, but I just can't with Vash. I've done it with Pass It Damn You Don't. See, I'm not the only one who thinks it's weird. No, I just can't. Because when I think of like old anime, like that kind of time period that I would have watched, like Trigon, it doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather watch like Outlaw Star. Like Outlaw Star, I love that anime. It's such a fucking banger. Especially like I can't play it here probably because I got copyright strike. But the opening to Outlaw Star is probably one of the best anime openings that's ever existed. I'll play a wee bit of it. Fuck it, I'll play a wee bit of it. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm my own man. Star OP. Go watch out, Star. Which one is my waifu? None of them. Malphina, I think's a fucking child. The cat girl, she's good fun, I remember, but she's not like waifu material. And this one I don't remember exists. It's not an anime I would describe it as being like a waifu or anything like that. And I think Malphina probably is meant to be the waifu, but I'm pretty sure she's a child. So yeah. It's just fun. It's just a good anime. It's a good spacefaring adventure. People out there kicking ass, taking names. Yeah, I really, really, really like Outlaw Star. I'm trying to think what other anime like from that time period I think are bangers. Close down some of this nonsense. You need to rewatch this. Oh, Outlaw Star's so good. I think I'm pretty sure I own like it on Blu-ray and DVD just because I like it so much. Your son's screen, he loves that show. Good. Your son has good taste because Outlaw Star is fucking great. Buff Cat Girl's awesome, my dude. gotta love a buff Cat Girl. Come on. Fucking what other anime were even back then like that I would have seen? Fuck, I don't know. You always have the classic Nadesco and Evangelion. I'm not sure if anyone's ever seen Nadesco. It was a weird fucking anime. Its opening's a bit fucking jank, but it's a good show. It's a proper classic. It's weird. It's a weird one to describe because it's kind of... Slayer's is good. I forgot about Slayer's. Evangelion, yeah. Captain Taylor. I didn't really like Captain Taylor. Captain Harlock's the one I didn't like. I don't think I've ever seen Captain Taylor. Sailor's only waifu a man needs. Well, of course, because there's like 17 versions of them. So it's a saber for every single part of your interest. Nadesco's weird. It's called Martian Success in Nadesco. It's odd because it's just kind of all over the place. Because it's like a really funny comedy, but it's also got really serious moments. It's a parody of like the spacefaring anime. I think it parodies like Space Battleship Yamato and Gundam and stuff like that. I think it's even parodies Evangelion and stuff, kind of in the same way Evangelion parodies mech anime. Oh, so good. It's pretty much, it plays off the idea, you know, the whole old Gundam stereotype and everything like that, and what Evangelion did itself of a reluctant pilot who's sent out to save humanity. This guy is a cook. That's the whole running joke, is that this guy is just like a cook. He works on the spaceship as a cook, but he is one of the few people who can pilot the ship because he has like nanotechnology in his veins, because he was one of the people who worked on a colony on Mars. So it just repeatedly keeps getting sent out to be a space pilot, even though he's a cook. It also has one of my favorite characters of all time, Guy Daigoji, or Gio Yamada. He's a fucking banger. Your least favorite anime genres? See, I don't know. See, for me, it's weird because I like See, I'm an odd duck because I'll see if I can find my profile here. Excuse me. See, I'm a bit of a weirdo when it comes to anime because I fucking have seen a lot of fucking anime. So, like, I think I got 500 completes, and people consider me as having quite a low general score because I'll watch anything. You know, I will watch basically anything. It doesn't matter to me whatsoever. I'll give it a shot. I don't really have a specific genre. Idol anime, I guess, kind of would be my least favorite one because I'm not a huge fan of idol music in general, which is weird because I like Hololive so much. But sorry, I died a wee bit inside again. But I'll pretty much watch anything. So I don't know because I'll watch shorts, I'll watch comedies, I'll watch horror anime. I think Idol probably be my least favorite one. Yeah, even if you look at my fucking favorite anime, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, K-On!, Kino no Tachi, Tabi even, Kill la Kill, Bakano even, Bakemonogatari, and One Punch Man. Those would be probably they're kind of all over the place. In regards to like genres, because like action, moe, blob shit. Kino no Tabi is probably my favorite anime. I would say. Kill la Kill is just like really over the top action spectacle shit. Bakuno is very dark and very weird, but also like very, very funny. It's all over the place. I'm trying to think. Bakemonogatari is like the ultimate harem anime. It's very cleverly written, very funny, very dark and thought-provoking at times as well. And One Punch Man is obviously just like the fucking greatest party anime of all time. If anyone see, I was gonna say people should just watch Kino no Tabi, because it is an absolute the original series, the remake series is like massively like okay, but it's really hard to recommend Kino no Tabi based on the opening, because the opening of the original, I like it, but it's not like a fucking banger. Just like a slow paced like anime about a girl who people think is a boy, just traveling around the world, and the world she lives in, like there's lots of different countries, and all the countries have their own rules and laws, and she just goes and just kind of experiences different countries and different cultures and sees how they interact with each other. That is the entire anime. It's just cool. It's not like one you'd watch for like a banging action thing, but it does have action sequences. Kill la Kill is cool. Kill la Kill is fucking great. It is ridiculous. It's over the top. I haven't watched it in a long time though, and I feel if I watched it again, it probably would slip in my rankings because I don't know if it'd be as good. Like I don't know, like years on. I think it might come across a wee bit silly and tacky, but like I said, I haven't watched it in a long time, so it might still be great. For me, that I'm starting to not like isekai. See, isekai is too broad a genre for me to say I don't like isekai, because I used to say I don't like Gurren Lagann is fantastic, yeah, but I used to say I didn't like isekai because I was just like isekai, and then I thought of Sword Art Online, thought of all those like trapped in the alternate world of my smartphone, because you only ever hear about the worst isekai. No one ever talks about the good isekai. But like the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Lady from this year is an isekai. It's really, really good. Campfire Cooking in Another World, also this year, very, very good. Farming in Another World is probably my anime of the season, because it's just chill. I like chill anime. Like Kino no Tabi is like, I didn't mean to do that. Kino no Tabi is just a chill anime. A lot of people describe it as kind of like mushishi. It's slow paced. It's quiet. It's quite thought provoking. I absolutely fucking love Kino no Tabi. So I'm more than happy just to kind of sit down and watch like a slow paced, chill series every once in a while. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna recommend another thing. What else? What other thing I was gonna recommend? Was it one of these? I don't think it was one of these. I have no idea anymore. Even for my favorite character. Hey, Gurren Lagann, there you go. I forgot Kamina was in my favorite character list. Farming in Another World. I'll show the opening of that one. Farming in Another World is just kind of it's just kind of a fucking chill anime. It's just some dude just literally farming. If you're not in the harem, you probably wouldn't like it, but it's not. It's weird because I'm like 6 episodes into it, and it is harem-y. Mr. ALR, but came back to anime. Yeah, 100%. Everyone will always come back to anime on my thing because it just integrated into everything I talk about. It's harem-y, but it's not harem-y at the same time because the main character, like, he's just surrounded by girls, and they're all just like, cute girls. He hangs out with them all. It's basically the entire first episode is him just arriving in the other world. He has a magic tool, and it's him just trying to build like a homestead. And he starts by trying to find water. He tries to learn how to cut down trees in the right way and stuff like that. And like that's just it. The first episode is just him by himself for like the entire thing. And then second episode, one girl appears. Third episode, another girl appears. Fourth episode, another girl appears and brings around the other elves. And then it just slowly expands, and it's just more and more characters are showing up. They're all girls. They all hang out with him, but it's not like overtly sexual in any way, which is weird because every character is like a fucking triple E cup. I like it. It's just chill. The characters are fun. Interactions are fun. You don't really have to think about it too much. It's the main character's likable. He's like arguably overpowered, I guess, because it's an isekai. But it's like it doesn't really affect. It doesn't really affect anything whatsoever. Sort of a harem. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I wouldn't say Fate is like overly harem-y anime. I'm mixed on harem anime because like one of my favorite anime of all time is Bakemonogatari, which is a harem anime, but I don't know, a spoiler for anyone who likes who wants to watch Bakemonogatari. It's not really that big a spoiler. He picks a girl he likes pretty much immediately, and he starts dating her. The harem aspect comes in the other girls, because every girl he encounters in Bakemonogatari is, from what I've seen of it, I haven't watched the full thing, is somehow connected to like a curse or a creature or a monster or something like that. That's where the song came from. It's from. Yeah, it's a Renai Circulation. This it's a see, I fucking love this opening because it's when you first watch it you just think it's cute, but then when you watch it later on you realize that it's kind of creepy because this girl is a stalker. It's why like you see her like always drifting closer to him throughout the opening. She's a stalker. She's been stalking him for a while, and that's where this character came from. Yeah, 100%. Bakemonogatari is fantastic. The individual arcs are generally all based. It's basically each arc is more or less based on an individual girl. One of the girls is in my list, Kambaru. Kambaru is fucking cracker. She is in the harem, but she doesn't really fit into the harem too well because she's a lesbian. But she's just great crack. Oh yeah, okay. As Unlimited Gamer Works says, if you watch things because of the dub, you're not gonna like Bakemonogatari. Bakemonogatari has never been dubbed because it can't be dubbed because a lot of Bakemonogatari's comedy is based on Japanese wordplay. It's also hard to recommend if you aren't quick at reading subtitles or even some ways understand how Japanese words are formed, because some of the jokes I didn't even get, and I know the basics on the fucking on Japanese words and shit like that. You have to read the subtitles pretty quickly, and there are points where like something will flash up on screen very fucking quickly and it'll be like a paragraph. Excuse me. So yeah, you can still watch it. You can still watch it even without knowing a lot about Japanese language, without seeing everything, because it makes sense. It's just fun. It's just really, really enjoyable. I'm trying to think about other. I'm just randomly just chatting shit about anime. Favorite horror anime? I don't actually know what would be my favorite horror anime, because I don't find a lot of anime scary or anything like that. So I'm not actually 100% sure. Oh, you watch Legend of Gladiator Heroes You Can Handle It? Do you know, I've never watched that. My brother's currently watching through it. Well, one of my brothers, he's currently watching through it at the minute. He's trying to recommend it to me. I might do it eventually, but it is like 110 episodes long or something like that. I don't know. What would be my favorite horror? Is Parasite considered horror? I was enjoying it so far because horror, even in real life, not in real life, even in like Hollywood movies and all, horror, I like them, but they don't do anything for me. They don't scare me. They don't spook me or anything like that. I don't know what I would consider a horror anime. Let's have a wee Jeffrey Duke at my listing. Because I don't even fucking know. Okay. Apache Palette, I can't split my eyes like some cat. It's see, that's the thing. See, with subtitles you have to be like, you have to see a subtitle pop up and you have to very quickly dart down, read the subtitle very quickly, and dart back up again and look to see what the fuck people are talking about. That's just kinda how you have to do it. I don't know, I don't know if any of these would be considered like a horror anime. Would Knights of Sidonia, and it's a mecha anime, but would you consider that? Phantom Bleach, I've only watched like the first 100 episodes of it, so now that the new season's out and I've heard it's amazing, I kind of need to catch up. Would anyone consider Knights of Sidonia to be a horror anime? It's gore? Yeah, it is. It's kind of more gore. It's body horror-ish. There's some body horror elements in Knights of Sidonia. Same for Blame. It's got a horror aspect. See, I think it has a horror aspect because like the creatures are horrifying, you know. So I'd argue that. I'd argue it's a horror anime. Is Neon Genesis a horror anime? It's kind of mecha horror anime as well. I'm trying to fucking look. Grave of the Fireflies. Can we count that as horror? Because it's fucking horrifying to watch. God, Girl Who Left Three Times in 9. God, I haven't seen that movie in ages because I lent it to my ex, and she's never returned it. so I haven't watched it since then. I don't remember it being a 9. I don't remember it being a 9 out of 10. But fuck it, maybe it was. Maybe it was. I have to go through and watch it at some point. What the? I honestly don't even think I've watched that many horror anime. Made in Abyss. That's kind of horror. I'm gonna say Made in Abyss is kind of horror. Girls Last Tour, that's sometimes, it's not horror at all. What's my favorite sports anime? I just want to... I know what my favorite sports anime is. I know it is. Oh, crap. Fucking... how's it spelled? Ah, crap. I haven't... Fuck, how's it spelled? Oh, that's gonna... see, I don't want to say what it is. Because I'll spoil it for anyone who knows what it is. Probably people won't know what it is. People probably won't know what it is because it is kind of a probably unheard of anime. But oh Christ, what is it called? I'm looking through here because I've got a anime opening playlist. Because at one point I was going to make a top 10 anime openings thing and just stick it on my channel just for a laugh. Because I do like watching this. Yeah, there it is. There. Oh Christ Almighty. Here we go, guys. Okay. Oh. There you go. Here's my favorite sports anime. Oh, it's so fucking good. It is an anime about a bunch of girls who play butt bashing on those like floaty things. And it's like shown as a very intense sporting anime where they knock the shit out of each other. It is so fucking like, and some of it is fucking well animated. Oh, it's so good. Especially because all the girls have special powers, generally to do with their asses somehow. So, her ability, as you might have guessed, is that she gives herself a wedgie, and the more she gives herself a wedgie, the faster she can move. That she's super speed if she does that. This girl, that girl, the previous girl, while she's holding out her hand, all the things are glowing behind her. She is an expert masseuse, and if she massages your ass, she can steal your power, and she can copy anyone's power. This girl, that girl's special ability is that she is just thick. That is her entire special ability. She is thick, and people bounce off her when they try and ram her ass. Got anime dungeon, mate. It's an anime attic for me. Unfortunately, we don't have basements here. Oh fuck! I love Kaiju. Kaiju is just so much fun. It is so fucking stupid. Megalobox. I should have just picked Megalobox. Megalobox is a much better sports anime. Oh Christ. Yeah, so let's pretend that didn't happen. We'll just say Megalobox. Megalobox is my favorite sports anime. Oh shit, I forgot Megalobox even existed compared to Kaiju. Kaiju, highly recommend. Not even really. I really like it. I think it is a really fucking funny anime. Because it's dumb, it knows it's dumb. It doesn't pretend to be not dumb. But it's hard to recommend, because if anyone fucking walks in and you watch it, you're gonna have to explain why you're watching a bunch of fucking people like throwing each other asses at each other, and there's a point where like one character grabs another character's like swimsuit with her ass cheeks and like judo tosses her using her ass. It's so fucking funny. I fucking love it. Oh Christ. See, the biggest problem is I have a kind of dog shit memory, which some people would probably say is a real benefit, because I can watch like anime over and over again and I will have forgotten 80% of them. But I generally have a real fucking struggle to remember shit, like movies and anime after I've watched them, like from a while ago. I mean, like, I can remember general things like Wakaba Girl. It's an 8 out of 10 apparently. I'm sure I fucking watched it, but I remember basically nothing about it. What in the actual fuck is this? I genuinely have no idea what this anime is. Which calls for me to watch the opening, because if I watch the opening something, I'll generally remember it, but I have no idea what the fuck Wakaba Girl is. Wakaba Girl, OP. What the fuck is this? Oh shit, I remember that opening. It's a banger. I remember that opening. I have no idea what the fuck. I don't remember the anime at all. I do remember that opening. Fuck it. Maybe that's why I got an 8 out of 10. I just like the opening a lot. Fuck, I have no idea. Have you ever watched Saki K in dub? Know any other animes that have any kind of comedy? Saki K? I don't think I know that one. Saki K. Burp. 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 Oh, Psyche. I've never actually watched Psyche. I've heard it's very good. No, I've never actually watched it, unfortunately. Sorry. So I can't recommend any ones that have similar kind of you just fine, don't worry. I've heard it's very funny, but I have no idea. I couldn't compare it to anything because unfortunately, like I said, I haven't seen it. What in the fuck actually happens in this anime? I don't remember that fucking at all. I watch a lot of Moe Blob anime, and like, because the problem with me, I score things based on how much I enjoy them. Like a lot of people have like really intricate scoring systems. Toradora is okay. Toradora really struggles that the main two people aren't nearly as funny or as interesting as the side characters, which is a massive problem. Ashino Koichi? I don't know what that is. Place to Place. What is Place to Place? No, I've never seen Place to Place. It's got a really fucking old school art style. It's very like Lucky Star kind of art style. But no, it's not one I've ever seen before. So we had it decently well. The biggest problem with watching anime and shit like that is it is incredibly hard to actually find anime that is good, because near enough every anime sits around this kind of score. Because people will say, like, my 6.4 out of 10 is like, well, you've got a really low score for a mean anime. And it's like, bro, that's like 5. 5 should be the mean. But no one ever watches, people don't watch 1 out of 10 anime. They only watch, like, high-rated anime. So their anime scores would be, like, 8.9. I've seen people their mean score on MAL is, like, 9.3. And it's like, how the fuck have you never watched an anime that's below 9? How the fuck do you do that? That's dumb. What's for me? I'll watch fucking anything. I've got less 10s than I probably have 1s. I feel bad. Deadman Wonderland's only a 6. Deadman Wonderland was pretty fucking solid. Except they ended it prematurely. What are my 1s? Oh Christ! I remember that one. That one was boring. That's the worst thing ever. Oh, that's the worst thing ever, actually. Make My Day. Make My Day was so bad. I watched it recently. It was so bad. I was tempted to do a review of it just because it was so shit. Soul Station's only bad because it's connected to Train to Busan, and it's the worst thing about Train to Busan. Yeah, I've seen Young Defined. He's an interesting figure. I don't know who Young Defined is. Is he a YouTuber? Apparently he's quitting YouTube right now. Apparently he's quitting YouTube with a fucking blank screen. He always is. Who is he? What does he do? Apart from quit YouTube, apparently. If you watch Vinland Saga Season 2, you're an idiot. Does he just hate stuff? Because I hate a lot of things. If you watch Chainsaw Man anime, you're an idiot. Is this... I've got a theme going here. Top 20 worst female anime characters. Let's go!
Yeah, Undefined.
Shut up, weirdo. Sorry, guys. We're going to watch this quickly. We're going to watch this fairly quickly. I'm probably going to skip through just to see what his girls are, but I'm genuinely curious. Is this guy like a super incel or something like that? Are you into Gundam at all? I am into Gundam. Are you mean Gunpla? Like building Gunpla? I have a few Gunpla and I've built 1 or 2. He speaks very fast. Okay, well, I'll keep it down to 1 then. I've built a couple Gunpla, but I'm not like super into like detailing and stuff like that. I should, but we shall see. Okay, so.
AKA the king of gaming, the king of YouTube, the realest gamer on the internet, the 100% fact spitter, the higher level thinker, the leader of the real gamer movement, the king of anime, the king of manga, and the one who's better than you in every way, has once from Dragon Ball Z. Now,
okay, so he doesn't like Urza, which is fine. I've never watched Fairy Tail because the art style is awful. Mikasa, that's perfect. That's actually perfectly reasonable to put on your worst female anime list because Mikasa is a terrible character. I haven't watched Spy Family yet, so I don't know. CC is a terrible character because Code Geass is a terrible anime. Nezuko is a fucking terrible character and a terrible anime, so me and this guy are gonna get on. I'm okay with this so far. It feels like he's just picked every popular female character though. But right now, Hinata, I fucking hate Hinata, so I'm okay with that. Toka, I like Toka. Toka, is that her name? Toka or Toha or something like that? I liked her. I barely remember her, but I remember I liked her. Kogias's boss, I could never. I couldn't. I tried so hard to like Kogias. Nami, I like Nami because I never watched. One Piece. I just read the manga. Fucking what's her name? 11. What's her fucking name? The 800k special. We didn't do the 800k special hour. We'll do it separately. Fuck. I'm not. I don't like Cookies. I tried watching it. It just did nothing for me. Faye Valentine. I like Faye Valentine. I thought she was a good fun character. Kaguya. I've never watched Kaguya. Raphaelia, I've never watched Rising of Shield. Well, I watched the first episode and she wasn't in it. I never watched Steins Gate either. Jesus. Ryoko Matoi, I like Ryoko a lot. It feels like he did just go in and he looked at the most popular anime. It's like, is Winry going to be on this? Is Winry Rockwell going to be on this? What other female characters from popular anime is there going to be on this? It feels like he just went through like some of the most popular female characters and he just picked them as the worst girl. Noelle, that's Black Clover, isn't it? I haven't watched it. I've heard it because I remember when it first came out and everyone fucking hated it. Have you ever watched Bleach? I've watched the first 100 episodes, August, so I do need to get into it at some point. I've heard Steins Gate is very good. I just never got around to watching it, but I will need to get there at some point. He's not got bad taste, he's just RC and demands money from viewers and gets mad at non-contributors. At first I thought he was like a party, but it's gone on for years. See, my immediate reaction when I heard him talking there was that he's a parody. That he's like... Because, like, Low Tier God is... He's not, like, a serious person. That's why I never really thought Low Tier God was a great troll. Because he's not, like, a serious person. I think he does just do things for attention. And he is deliberately playing up his character to be as big a cunt as possible. This guy just feels the same. Why am I jealous of Boogie's success? Because I just really want to pay 18-year-old girls to touch my ding-a-ling. And because I currently cannot spend $100,000 a year, I'm just jealous, and I want that fat YouTube check so I can pay an 18-year-old girl to suck my dick.
To rip off and
Kaizen. I actually have not watched the Jujutsu Kaisen. Mainly because I don't know. It just it came out during the time I wasn't really watching anime too much. No, don't worry, Frank. Yeah, no, I've seen you in chat before, mate. Asuna, I don't think Asuna is like a terrible character. I just don't like her that much. I just think she's kind of a mid character. Yorichi, I have no idea who the fuck this character even is. General Armstrong. Okay, so he didn't pick Winry Rockwell. He picked fucking Armstrong instead for some reason. Okay, I disagree. I think she's one of the best fucking female anime characters ever. I think she's an absolute badass. She's not my favorite from Fullmetal Alchemist. My favorite is obviously Hawkeye, because Hawkeye is the fucking best. It's like these poor girls have to look at when they're down there. They have a bad time. They have a fucking bad time, like, but they're well compensated for it. You know, they need it for the therapy. Kaiji, I started watching Kakaguri. It's all right. It's all right. I'm never into things that are like super overtly sexual as their form of comedy. You know, isn't LG suing June the King? I don't know if he's suing him. I know he doxed him and like copyright struck him and stuff like that. But I think he just did that for clout. I just think he did that for negative attention. But I don't know. I don't think he's suing June the King. He might be. But yeah, Kakaguri I kind of put in the same category as like prison school. Here, okay, no problem, Mama D. Have a good one. I don't know. I just I don't know. Prison school just wasn't funny. It's just like, haha, look, these people like ass. Oh, look, there's a girl squatting. There's a girl squatting over a grate, and her ass sweat is dripping on a guy's face. It's like, what decision did I make in my life to get here? God, what else? Oh, Kaleidia Code. I remember Kaleidia Code. Yeah, do you know what? As Mama D said, I probably should finish up at some point here. I can't believe this guy just watched a few videos. He's mental. Okay, well, okay. Well, top 10 worst anime. Well, Bleach, obviously. You know, it makes sense. Blue Lock. I know that was pretty popular. Well, do you know what? I also didn't really like Chainsaw Man anime. So maybe I'm not it. Well, I watched it, so I am still an idiot. But maybe me and him can find, you know, like solace and we can hang out and cuddle.
The Chainsaw Man anime is by far one of the worst anime to come out in a very long time.
Okay.
Fact, not an opinion. I don't care
Fact, not an opinion.
what type of mental gymnastics you attempt to do to try to discredit these facts that are being spit right before your very eyes, but the facts are indeed, as they say, the facts. I am the king of anime and manga for a reason. What I say goes. I am a somebody.
Okay.
You are a nobody. I achieve greatness with every breath that I take, while you achieve
I'm gonna skip through.
And
It feels like he's fucking Daenerys from from Game of Thrones, where he has to get through his 13 title he's given himself before he actually gets to his fucking point.
greatness sounds like. But anyway, back on topic.
Holy actual shit! I actually did skip ahead, and he was still going 50 seconds in.
Man, Chainsaw Man, the anime is nothing but a boring CGI-infested piece of garbage that only losers will enjoy. Stop giving Mappa every goddamn license out there. They do not.
Mappa only has like fucking Attack on Titan. Don't they? Mappa doesn't. It's not like Mappa has a lot of fucking licenses going.
Nothing but ruin everything that they touch. They are a terrible studio, and I'm sick of people acting like they're so godlike. They're so. How, as a studio, do you not their hearts and their souls into the animation just to actually get?
I just want to get to his actual criticism of the anime and not Mappa sucks. Mappa does Jujutsu Kaisen? Did they? Oh, Mappa. I didn't know Mappa did. Oh, Mappa did Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, it makes sense. To be fair, it's her anime style, I guess. What other anime has Mappa done that I actually might have watched and give a fuck about? Oh yeah, they did Kakiguri. How could I fucking forget? I heard Dororo is really good. I have not watched it. Yuri on Ice, obviously. Banana Fish. So they're very big into the super gay anime, which is fine. Inuyashiki. Inuyashiki. Fuck's sake, I can't speak Japanese at all. That was fun. I thought that was a fun anime. I don't remember what I rated it. I think probably give it like a 6 or a 7. It was fun enough. I had no issue with that. I do need to watch Jujutsu Kaisen because I was going to watch it in preparation for the movie coming out, because the movie is actually going to be shown in cinemas here, and it's kind of not super common for us to get anime movies in cinema. But before I could watch the series, that's when I got COVID. That's when I got my bad stretch of COVID last year, so I couldn't actually go to cinema to see it. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it some other time. What else you got here? Zombieland Saga. I haven't watched that, but I've heard it's very good. They did Campfire Cooking in Another World. That's good fun. That's a good anime. What else? Oh, fucking hell! What they did? Tekkyu. Tekkyu's great crack. Tekkyu is like a 3-minute anime, and it's just insanity. It's just fucking hell. I don't even know. I need to close. I've got to fucking load. Is he still quitting anime here? Is he still quitting anime here? He's still quitting, I guess. Tekkyu is fucking bizarre. This fucking weird anime. It's like a 3-minute anime, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely fucking mental. Can't wait to see how they do season 3 of One Punch Man. Is it Mappa confirmed to be doing season 3? It would be cool if they are. Oh my god, they actually did like fucking a couple seasons of Tekkyu. That's so. Oh my Christ! They actually did so much of Tekkyu. That's where I actually really enjoy Tekkyu. Tekkyu is just dumb. It's just really fun. It's so weird to see them having done Tekkyu like years ago, and now they're fucking here doing all the big banger animes. Like that's why no one watches 3-minute animes. If you talk to like any serious anime fan, they don't watch like the wee shitty short 3-minute anime because it's like, oh, it's not real anime, and they're always like scored really lowly, even though they're absolutely, because like they're absolutely fucking bangers. Like I'd give like, I don't know, I'm trying to think which ones I may have given like an 8 or a 9 out of 10, but I've given like a 3-minute anime an 8 or a 9 out of 10 before. You stay silent until the ending gets a tip, probably. Is he just sitting there silently waiting for Super Chat to come in? Like, if I Super Chat him right now, will he come in and be like, thanks for Super Chat, simp, and then just go back to being silent again? No, Dylan, 100%, mate, don't worry, it's absolutely fucking grand. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm just kind of... right now, I am just chatting absolute bullshit about anime, about nothing in particular.
The love and care and tenderness to the anime. Stop taking on so many damn projects. How about you slow down?
Okay.
If I pretend to like anime, if I start watching anime, I can talk about anime with my fellow. Cringe it is to say that. Y'all are not from the hood. And what's hilarious is I get on Twitter. When I'm on Twitter, I see some corny ass Naruto profile pic, One Piece profile pic, Bleach profile pic. All these are lame, bro. You are not cool for liking anime, bro. In fact,
We've gone from him bitching that Mappa exists and does a lot of anime to him complaining about people like trying to be anime posers.
See right through you, bro. You're still that same loser, and you always will be. And it's literally carried now by a bunch of grown men and teenagers, bro. Shonen, and you an adult over the age of 12 and referring to garbage like One Piece, Naruto. Made it right now.
Has he talked about Chainsaw Man yet? I've heard him talk about One Piece several times, but he hasn't. I don't think he's talked about Chainsaw Man yet.
Hyping this garbage up like they do everything. Like, honestly, don't y'all clowns...
He never says about the show. Yeah, it makes it, because he hasn't said anything about it. Like, there's a lot of things to shit on fucking Chainsaw Man for, but, like... Yeah, it feels like... It feels like he's doing a bit, you know? It feels like he's doing a bit. It feels like this is his whole shtick. And do you know what? Like, it's working out for him. Like, if the dude is making... And I'm like everything is over 8 minutes long, except Elden Ring. And he's got, you know, the dude, like, if I could get this number for anime reviews, I'd play a character where I call everyone a simp if they like One Punch Man. I don't give a shit. You know, Solo Leveling doesn't deserve an anime. His whole thing does just seem to be he just picks whatever is cool and popular at the minute and then kind of rants about it. You know. The dude, he's making money, you know, like, I'm sorry, I don't know, I can't hate the hustle, you know, he just seems a bit of a weirdo. Yeah, that's the thing, it seems to be working out for him, you know, the dude has like 35,000 subscribers, he's making decent money on his videos that really make a little effort, you know. I don't know. See, I find it hard to really shit on or how I became the king of YouTube. I don't know. For me, it's nothing. It's a bit, and he seems to have done it fairly well to make, you know, pretty good money. You know. Okay, well, that's top 10 best anime of all time. Let's see what his top 10 best anime of all time are. Okay. So Ergo Proxy. I never watched. Ramne, I've never watched. Welcome to HK, I've never watched. Requiem of Phantom, no. Evangelion, okay, yeah. Monster, yeah. Parasite, yeah. Berserk, I've actually never watched Berserk. Princess Mononoke, and Hunter x Hunter. It's like a fine anime, like top 10 anime list of all time. Ergo Proxy seems weird. Renmei, whatever, seems a bit odd. I haven't seen it, but it's not one I've ever really seen people like super suck a dick off. What about NHK? I know has a lot of like really staunch defenders. Phantom of the Requiem is weird. I've never seen that in anyone's top 10 list. But the rest seems really good. Yeah. One Punch Man is so peak. One Punch Man is incredibly peak. However, guys, do you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm fucking knackered. So I think it's probably time that I buy out and piss away off. And watch an anime. Before I go, guys, what do you think I should watch here tonight? Should I watch Spy Family or Licorice Recoil? Which of the two of those? It probably is another one. Or Bocchi no Rock. So Bocchi the Rock, Spy Family, or Licorice Recoil. Which one? Oh, I will let you guys decide. I'm not watching Dragon Ball Z. I'm not watching Dragon Ball Z again. No. I can't do that to myself. It's too long. It's too much half-naked men screaming at each other. I don't know. I want to go to sleep. I don't want an erection. Watch a real man's anime. Like, I'm assuming that's Yu Yu Hakusho. I've never actually watched that. I probably should watch it at some point. I've heard it's fucking great. Yu-Gi-Oh! I am actually, I'm not gonna lie, I'm rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm watching it times and half speed on Netflix in English. Digimon is great. Digimon is a fan WOZ. Digimon Tamers especially. I actually would rate Digimon Tamers. I haven't seen it in like fucking maybe a decade now, but I really, really, really liked Digimon Tamers. Is Yu-Gi-Oh! A good watch? Yu-Gi-Oh! Is campy. It's dumb. It's silly. But it's totally a fine anime to watch. It's perfectly enjoyable. So yeah, I'd recommend it if you just want to sit down and chill. I think Netflix only has like the first season of it. It's considerably longer than I thought it was, because I thought it was only like 50 episodes, but apparently it's fucking really long. So yes. Bocchi, I think Bocchi is Bocchi. Yes, I don't actually don't know. Bocce the Rock, Spy Family. Which of the two? I should go for Bocce. I'll go for Bocce the Rock. Then I'll watch Bocce the Rock first, and then I'll binge watch Spy Family, because Spy Family has 2 seasons now, so I'll just binge watch them back to back, and then I'll do Licorice Recoil afterwards, because I think it's getting a next season. I'm probably still gonna do, like, even though my anime video didn't really do very well, I don't mind it. Like, that was one I just did for fun, and it really did work. It's made me watch a lot of anime. So I'm probably still gonna make one, but I might make a separate channel for my anime stuff. I don't know, because I made, like I said, I may want a separate one for my Amberlyn Reed stuff, but I might make a separate one for my anime stuff, because there's not really a big crossover here. It's not really a big crossover here from my anime to my, like, lolcow kind of content, which is fine, I understand. I might not, so I'll probably still do reviewing the first 2 episodes of the next season, the spring anime. But yes, guys, I'm going to thack off here, because I am knackerjacked. Thank you all for hanging out, especially for the anime section of chat, because it was something I wanted to hang about and talk about, because I have been really into anime recently. It's just been something I've been chilling a lot. That weeb Irishman. I was going to call myself That Darn Anime Man, but then I realized Joey's the anime man. I was like, fuck's sake, I don't want to be ripping off his name, like, but I thought That Darn Anime Man would be a good one. Next stream, I already said I might try and do a stream tomorrow night, which is now tonight, Thursday night, to cover Boogie's most recent video. So I might do a stream then, guys. That's a big might not. You know, I have to see if I have time for it. So we'll see where we go from here, guys. But yes, gonna head on off. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you had fun, guys. And all, take care of yourselves. Have a good one.